What's going on? It's your dog Art Man the Great. And we're back with another boxing conversation. I've been waiting to talk about this for a little minute, man. Javante Davis, Devin Haney, Isaac Cruz, Regis Prograis. We got to talk about it, man, because a lot of people have been calling me out saying, oh, Art Man, you out here picking sides. Art Man, you out here doing the white man's bidding. picking picking Devin Haney. How dare you say Devin Haney can beat Javante Davis and all this shit. Hold on, let me go get my lighter, y'all. Say, how dare you, Art Man, pick Devin Haney? How you gonna say Devin Haney? Tank don't want to fight Devin Haney, this and that. Man, we definitely gonna chop it up. Let me send this link out. Let everybody know that we are here live. I just be hopping on this motherfucker, talking that shit. Hold on. I'm gonna let everybody on Facebook and YouTube and all the social medias know that we are on live right now. Man, oh man. But shout out to everybody, man. That's supporting artmanapparel.com, buying the merch. You know, that shit is perfect. I love it. Shout out to everybody, for real. Because we've been working hard. I just dropped that Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford on my website. Uh, Undisputed is finally here. You know, make sure you cop that shirt, man, because best believe is one of the best, finest quality, top of the line artistry at its best. Oh, no. But anyways, yeah, man, look. So a lot of people were upset because I posted apparently an old clip of Bill Haney talking to Calvin Ford, Javante Davis's coach, and in that interview or debate that they had, you know, Bill Haney was laying it all on the line. He said, "Man, what's up? Is that fight next between my son and your, you know, your fighter? You know, he was ready. And he's talking that talk, saying things to the effect of, you know, my son will knock you out." And a lot of people said, "Oh man, you see, that's how you know he's bullshit saying his son can knock that Javante out." Man, I tell you like this: in boxing, anything can happen. Is it likely that he'll knock him out? Probably not. But you gotta have that confidence. You gotta say what needs to be said to get a fight made. Now, on the other hand, Javante Davis, he did say, "Oh Lord Jesus," he did say that that motherfucking that he wanted to see how Devin Haney versus Lomachenko goes, and then he'll decide on what he's gonna do next. You know, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. My thing is, when you gonna send that paperwork out? That's all I want to know, and that's all I really want to talk about is them fighting. Because I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I don't really care too much to see Devin Haney versus Regis, even though that is a possible outcome if he don't get the Javante Davis fight. But I don't really care. I really want to see Javante versus Devin Haney next. And I don't care about Isaac Cruz versus Tank either. I want to see Javante Davis versus Devin Haney. Everybody know that. But for some reason, some folks are trying to spread some type of rumor saying that I don't care for that fight. I only care for Regis versus Devin, so I can say Tank is ducking. I don't man, fuck all that shit. I don't even want to see that shit for real. I want to see Haney versus Javante motherfucking Davis. Don't we all? Don't we fucking all? But for those to pretend like they don't see the energy switch is crazy, yo. Let's. I made a poll. I said, man, does Javante Davis have the same energy in making a fight with Haney like he did with Ryan Garcia? And the majority said no. The majority said no. They did. I mean, like, what do you want me to say? But I guess people are gonna say, "Oh, well, that's your pro crowd. Of course, they gonna say that. Like, I control these people's minds or something." Hell no. Hell no. We definitely got to talk about how. Matter of fact, let me see if I can. I'll be right back, y'all. Let me go get this so I can play the clip. I just want y'all to hear the audio of this shit, man. Yeah. There's a couple clips I need to play. Um, One is what's his name? Coach Javante's coach, and what he had to say about the Devin Haney fight possibly being next. Man, I got so many fucking notifications. I can't even find that shit for real. But let me let me go look at my timeline real quick, y'all. Because he sure did say a couple. He said a couple names. He didn't just say Devin Haney's name. Oh,
I want Haney. But let me ask you this, Coach. Look like Pitbull Cruz probably going to be on Terrence Crawford's guard. If he looks good, we got to pivot. You understand? Just can't stay on one. You want Haney. I want Haney. But let me ask you this, Coach. Look like Pitbull Cruz probably going to be on Terrence Crawford's guard. If he looks good, we got to pivot. You understand? Just can't stay on one situation. Now, if Philly don't want to put that smoke, then that's the pivot move. Cruz. Especially if he looks good in the upcoming fight. Now, go get it. You know Scorpion, man, doing some side talking. So, you want Haney.
So, it started off with you want Haney, right? And then the conversation goes on to, Cruz. If Cruz look good, what you mean if Cruz look? Why is Cruz name even an option? You know what I'm saying? Why is Cruz name an option? Oh yeah, you can't put your eggs in one basket, right? Okay, I understand that. But you notice that they spend more time talking about how Cruz look good and we gonna pivot. What you mean we gonna pivot? It sounded like that's the fucking direction they want to go in, man. Let's be real, dude. The more emphasis on Cruz name is very telling. But folks gonna say, well, you see, he did say Haney name first. He did, bro. But how long have we been watching boxing, man? How long have we been watching boxing, man? For a very long time now. And we know how they do. They throw the big name out first, and then they sidestep to the other name. That's how boxing is, man. Salute. He said Tank could have been fought Dev. He the A side. Right? Like, how? I don't get it. Tank them team supposed to be sending the contract out. He said Shakur break under Loma for all that ass kissing. Yeah, man. I like Shakur too. And that's the thing. I like all these brothers. I like them all. I just like Devin Haney a little better. Can you blame me? He's the king of the division. To say he's not the king of the division is a lie. He has all the belts. You know what I'm saying? But Shakur, he really shot himself in the foot with that one, man. Because I can see some fuck shit going on. I can see Devin Haney if he doesn't fight. What's his name? Javante Davis. I can see the belts probably being vacated or some shit, and they put Loma in a position to fight some scrub for the belts over motherfucking Shakur fighting for the belts. They probably won't even make Shakur versus Loma. They'll do some fuck shit. That's why you couldn't be praised. That's why you should never praise that dude. I know he may not say it, and his fans may not say it, but I know they sitting back like, yo, that was kind of fucking stupid because now you gave these niggas ammunition to take your spot. Like, bro, come on now. Said 1 minute they want Dev, next minute they want to freeze him out. Like, come on. Said salute Art, man. Shout out to my dude JR, man. For real, man. And folks talking about, oh, Devin Haney, he ducking. He ducking if he moves up to 140. The man always wanted to move up to fucking 140, bro. Y'all said it yourselves looking at his way and saying, oh man, this motherfucker looks strained. He's trained. He's trained. The man is telling you right now, he will stay at 135 to fight motherfucking Javante Davis. I would say Shakur Day because that's what he mentioned, Shakur. But it's already been reported that Shakur Stevenson's team, Bob Arum, was like, nah, I'm not trying to add that to the contract with Bill Haney and Devin Haney. Hell no. And that hasn't been refuted yet. If y'all noticed that, nobody ever came up and said, nah, that's not true. No one's ever came out and said, nah, that's not true. Real shit. But you know what I noticed, though? Javante Davis been, like, quiet. And when I say quiet, not saying that he's scared or anything, but normally after somebody he don't like fights, he rushes to Twitter and say, hey man, or he posts this and that and talking his talk. Which he could, because he's a KO monster. He could talk that talk. Right? But he wasn't saying anything after Devin Lomachenko. There could be two reasons why. One, or three reasons. One, he don't give a fuck about that fight, and he honestly don't care. Two, he's locked into making the fight that he's not even gonna say anything. You know what I'm saying? Because he's really locked in. Or three, he don't want to say anything because if he say anything about Devin's performance and how Devin looked or Devin did this, did that, they definitely gonna eat him up in the comment section and say, hey nigga, hey. You had a chance to fight Lomachenko and you didn't. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. He don't want that type of energy in his in his comment section. And I understand that. That's one of the reasons why I feel like hardcore Tank fans don't even mention that Devin fight for real, because if they start talking, they gonna say, hey man, they gonna slip up and say the wrong shit. But I digress. But calling Dev a duck for fighting Regis is like calling Canelo a duck for fighting Benavidez over Better Beef over Benavidez. Type shit. Type fucking shit. Cause I'm sitting back like, I know y'all niggas ain't calling Regis no bum. Look, these niggas will argue that Josh Taylor's undisputed run was better than Charlo's because he beat Regis' program. And then tell you Regis' program ain't shit if Devin Haney go up and fight him at 140. Man, oh man.
And me. Yes, sir. Yes,
Shout out to my dude Dripper, man. What's going on, brother, man?
yes, sir. For starters, we're going to start this off like this. Regis ain't no bum.
Okay.
But Regis is an acceptable loss. Haney on that Canelo shit right now. I'm going to go fight Bivol instead of fighting Benavidez. Why? Because if I lose to Benavidez, y'all know I'm not the nigga at 168. If I lose to Bivol, I challenge myself to greatness and I came up short.
He ain't on that Canelo shit because he not the A side, remember?
Yes, he is a side against Prograde.
Not against Tank. I'm saying he ain't the A side against Tank, so he can't call the shots against Tank. Tank send the shots out. He got to send the contract.
But okay, so if he wanted to fight Tank, he wouldn't be talking to Eddie Hearn. He talking to Eddie Hearn because he want Prograde. He want that acceptable loss.
What you mean acceptable loss? What are you
It's
talking about?
one of them losses where if he lose, ain't nobody gonna be like, oh, Devin Haney ain't like that. He's not supposed to be Prograde. Prograde got a chin. He could punch. He's not a great boxer.
One thing I know about Devin Haney, and I might as well just put it on the shirt. Devin Haney doesn't win fantasy fights. He only wins real ones. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't heard a prediction with Devin Haney winning. Like it's how long? But when Devin Haney goes in there, he beats these guys. I mean, guys were saying he was going to lose to Lomachenko. They say he was going to lose to Suarez. They say he was going to lose to JoJo. They said he was going to lose.
Who the fuck said he was going to lose to JoJo?
Bro, they were saying he's going to lose to JoJo because JoJo's more experienced and he fought Gary Russell Jr. and this and that. And he was a champion. He beat Tevin Farmer. And they were saying the same thing because, Devin Haney don't got enough pop to keep a fighter off of him. That's their favorite line. But you know what will be your worst nightmare? If Devin Haney goes up there and dominates Prograde and he's actually looking swell at 140.
This is I'm glad we got on live to talk about this.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I hate how boxing fans make you choose a side. That shit is fucked up to me. And it's real. Cause the Mexicans is choosing Canelo and now they hating Benavidez. When Benavidez is Mexican, they was all for Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? But you got to choose a side.
And that's why I feel like there's some confusion because I said it on my channel many times. When I'm talking about Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Haney, that's between the brothers. That's the brothers. I know these guys are elite. These are the top guys. I ain't saying nobody else can beat them. Nobody around beating them from a different class, a different culture. I ain't saying nothing like that. I'm talking about the brothers specifically going at it. And ain't nothing wrong with us spending that money together, fighting each other, making history. Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh, shit. You done dipped out.
No, I got to call my bad.
Oh, okay. But yeah, ain't nothing wrong. You can't lie. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nah, there's nothing wrong with it. But this is my thing.
Yeah.
This is my thing. With Devin Haney, we all knew. We was all for it. He going to go over there to Top Rank. 2-fight deal. Whoop Cambosis. We all knew it was going to happen. We was calling for it. We wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Cambosis is a real one because he took the fight. Fought the rematch. Gave Haney his flowers. The Cambosis fight was okay. But the Loma fight I did not fuck with. Like, why give Loma... hold on, hear me out. Why give Loma the opportunity that he didn't give you? In the press conference, Bill Haney called him out. He said, hey, didn't you say y'all would never fight us? Like, I would have made him eat them words. You're never going to fight me. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
I would have fought Shakur.
I understand that.
That's how you figure out and realize who really the person is, like who the top guy is in the division. Now, me, I'm a Tank fan. I respect Tank. I love Tank. But he is not the top guy in 135 because he don't got all the belts. I can real life say that. But do I feel like he can beat Haney? Yes. Until he beats Haney, is he the top guy? No. Shakur, 126, 130, lineal belts. He's him. He's at 35 now. I would have fought him. That's who I would have been more okay with having a controversy.
We got to talk about it because, first of all, Bill Haney already said it, and he was on live doing it. He went to the office saying, hey, man, I want to put myself in a position where my son is fighting Shakur Stevenson as an additional fight to the contract that we already have.
Right.
And it was never refuted when Bob said no. He said no. And first of all, he wasn't there. He wasn't even at 135 around that time that he was fighting Cambosis. The first fight.
He only had 30.
So that wasn't even an option. Now, Lomachenko, you already understand that's for damn bragging rights for sure and a good name on your resume.
I wouldn't have.
He didn't have to give him, he didn't have to give him at all. And I understand, like, Errol Spence, he didn't have to give motherfucking Thurman the opportunity. But as a Spence fan, I kind of wanted that situation. I wanted Spence to fight Thurman. But I understand why he didn't. And I understand both sides. But Gervonta Davis is a hell of a fighter. Most definitely. But Devin Haney's the man at the division right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
He
yeah. He's the
definitely
man.
is. He is, and it's like you can't say, "Oh, he's not," because his resume compared to the other two is looking real different in the light.
All of their resumes was damn near the same right now, bro. We're not gonna.
Nah,
Now he would have
damn
got
near
that
is not the
Loma.
same
Hold
as
on,
being undisputed.
wait, bro, wait. If he would have got that Loma fight when Loma had the belts, then he would have the hands down the best resume at 135. But Loma, come on, bro, he got whooped by Tio, and he damn near got whooped by Ortiz.
Ortiz, yeah,
Yeah,
but he didn't.
you right. He lucked up and shit. Ortiz came off the gas a little bit. I don't know why fighters do that shit. Like, what possesses people to say I'm gonna just come off the gas a little bit? Like, it's a fight.
Niggas be tired, bro. Have you been to the boxing gym before? Niggas be
But
tired,
man, what
bro.
fight? This is not even just a regular fight. This is a fight to determine, your stature in the sport. Why come off the
Get
gas?
it. I get it. But sometimes,
I
bro,
see a fighter come
sometimes your
off.
lungs and your body will tell you something different because it's different when we just running on the treadmill or shit like that. But when you in there sweating, breathing hard, you exhausting your energy in spurts, and motherfuckers throwing punches at you, you dodging it, that shit will make you
So,
like unworldly tired. Like, yo, what the fuck?
do you believe that the mental in boxing it really like it's the mental side of boxing takes a toll on people? Do you think so?
Big time, big time. And that's I picked Cambosis strictly on the mental aspect and
Against
the time
Tio?
and the timing.
Yeah.
Yep, most definitely. A lot of people are like, oh, you can't look at a fighter because what they do outside the ring. You most definitely could.
Nah,
Because fucking fighting. What are you talking about? Your brain controls the body.
So
Your body don't control the brain.
if you Devin Haney's father, what
Yeah.
direction would you go? If telling your son, like, which direction do you think he should go next?
What I would do wholeheartedly, I would think, okay, let's look at our money. How much money do we have? How much are we trying to gross this year? And what's the risk of us losing it all right now? Oh, it doesn't outweigh, so shit, fuck it. Let's go for a big. Let's do a big. Let's go for this tank fight. There's a chance that you can get knocked out, but there's a chance that you can win and win super big, or you can have a very competitive fight, fuck around, lose on the cards, but people still think, oh, you gave them a good fight, so they still rocking with you. That risk is definitely worth it. So I will push my son in the direction to fight Javante. But if Davis don't want to fight, or he does want to fight, but he wants to put a crazy rehydration clause in it, I'll tell my son, hey man,
He's not gonna do that.
Regis Prograis, that's a very winnable fight, and it's another, plus on your resume, legacy wise.
You
And
whole
you can still keep your belts. So
you wholeheartedly think that Regis loses to Haney?
yes,
Why?
yes, most definitely, because Regis Prograis gets punched a lot. That nigga, he can box, but let's be real, his boxing skills is not on the
Yeah,
level of
no,
guys like Devin Haney,
he's a pro.
Shakur, or Tank. Come on, bro.
Regis is a pro.
He has that power balance, but I've seen guys survive that power. Guys with better skill, like Josh Taylor,
He's
and
the
win
only
on cards.
name that
Honestly, in my opinion, I think Devin Haney can beat Josh Taylor too.
All right, so
Most definitely.
let me
Most definitely.
if
Because it's like this, bro. When it comes to boxing, for some reason, fans think that the only way you can win a fight is by knocking somebody out.
how
It's
do I
not the truth. It's not the truth at all. Because we didn't watch. Y'all can't sit here and put Devin Haney on Floyd's standards and say he couldn't get it done like Money Mayweather Floyd. Because you always bring up Pretty Boy. Y'all never mentioned Money May, how he was able to outclass boxers with more bigger guys, stronger guys, with harder fucking knockout ratios, all that shit.
the difference being
And
Floyd
and
gets,
he will see them at the 12th round and say, hey man, let me get my belts and my
Floyd
check.
gets out the way of punches. Haney standing that paint more than y'all want to believe, bro. I don't know if it's his pride or I don't know if he's just not as defensively sound as we believe. It's either one of the two. Either he thinks like, fuck these guys, I'm standing in the paint, they can't knock me out, or he just really not as great as defensively as we believe he is. But either way,
The only punch
out the way.
Haney was getting caught with, really, that was flush, was the straight right left hand.
But I'm not even talking about just Loma. He was getting caught by JoJo.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting caught by Linares. But it was late in the rounds. That was his first time being in the war, so I don't really count that. You know what I'm saying? But JoJo and Loma,
But what? He never dropped.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that.
He got buckled.
Yeah.
But never dropped.
I don't count the Linares fight.
He didn't lose.
It was his first real test against somebody who was coming to win, who was using what they know in the ring to win.
I didn't see Tank get puffy-eyed by niggas who can't even punch, really.
Who?
Leo Santa Cruz. Definitely had that man puffy-eyed, and that nigga can't even punch.
But now we're not.
I didn't see niggas like Barrio, bigger guys with longer reach.
But we know Javante
hit him with a straight.
His game plan. Wait.
Let's get into the conversation of Devin Haney versus Javante Davis now. Who would win that fight? Because a lot of people say I'm crazy when I say I think Devin Haney can edge it out.
He doesn't survive. He doesn't survive. What is Haney good at?
And if he does survive, then what?
Wait, hold on. What is
Hold on, no. If he does survive, what? Then what?
Let me ask the question real quick.
No. Let me.
I'm gonna answer your question.
Come on.
I'm gonna answer yours and answer mine.
Okay.
If Devin Haney survives 12 rounds, he loses by a majority decision.
Oh my God! Come on now.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Come on.
What is Haney good at?
Come on.
I'm not saying what is he only good at, but what is his bread and butter? What is Haney?
One, he throws a lot of punches.
I said, what is he good?
A lot of punches.
What is he good at? Like, what's his best punch?
It's straight 1-2 to me, in my opinion, and that left hook.
Okay, but what is he like? What's the bread and butter like? If you had to say
that
like,
jab straight,
fight and do this to a fighter, what is he gonna do?
Jab straight.
Jab. What knocked Leo out?
The uppercut.
He slipped a what?
He slipped a weak ass jab.
Okay, hold on, wait, hear me out.
A weak ass jab. You can't compare those jabs.
Hold on, wait.
Let's be real. Them pity pat ass fucking jabs. Come on, bro.
What is Tank good at? Learning a fighter's pattern and countering him. If that motherfucker go 12 rounds, Tank is gonna develop a lot of data. He's gonna download a lot of data.
You remember the sparring stories?
Hold on, wait. We're not talking about them.
Yeah, let's get into. You remember sparring stories?
Wait, hold on.
Because that's what it kind of reminds me of. We gotta talk about it because a lot of folks said, okay, well, yeah, Tank gonna rock him. He gonna rock him.
He did.
He rocked him.
Put him to
but
sleep.
Guess what?
Guess
what? In the doghouse,
AB saved him.
You gotta keep it going. Okay. They said that man gonna fade out.
Prime example.
He faded out.
Let's switch to a little subject real quick.
You know what happens when you fight? When you fight in Devin Haney, you fade out.
You lose me, bro. You lose. No,
you can't fade out against Devin Haney, bro.
Boom. When Wilder knocked out Fury in the first fight, if there was a real fucking ref, would that ref let him get up? Or would he say?
No, it would have been over.
Okay. In the sparring match, they said AB jumped in the ring and stopped and said, "No, chill. We're not finna do this to him. He young. He got a career." They say his father jumped in, made him get out the way, and let him continue.
So you telling me his father made him get out the way
and made him continue,
and then made him continue? I don't get that. So he saved his son and then put his son back in there in danger, harm's way.
If it's doghouse rules,
that don't add up to me.
Fighters quit, right? Doghouse rules. That means the fight stops when the fighters quit, right? One of the fighters at least. Okay, so if Devin is in there, say he wobbled, say he deer leg, say he didn't even get that far, say he just got caught with a real nice punch and he just didn't react fast enough and everybody made a big scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Say nobody made a big scene. Say they was like, fuck these niggas, let these niggas fight. Nobody got in the way. When he being hurt like that, you don't think, not saying it would have happened, I'm just asking your opinion. Do you not think Tank would have finished him at the young age it was at?
He could have.
Right.
But wait.
Yeah,
come on, let me chop it up. Because he could, or he can just do what y'all say. Y'all can't stand when that Negro does it.
Clinch.
Start clinching until he gets his fucking marbles back. And guess what? Clinch until he get his marbles back, come back and dominate because what?
Bro,
Tank has issues with staying alive for all 12 rounds, man.
Who is this that just joined? I can't see.
My dude Allen. Allen.
What's
Shout out to
up?
my dude Allen. What's
What's
up,
up,
man?
Art? What's up, Drip? What's going on,
No,
brothers?
hear me out real quick.
I'm hearing you out.
If AB stopped it, and like he said in the story, he said Pops jumped in there. They had their words. He said it was Team AB versus Team Haney. They had their words. They got out the ring and let them continue fighting. If that shit would have never happened, bro, it would have been a stoppage.
But it did happen. So I want to know from you,
Niggas got in the way.
what did Tank do to allow Devin Haney to capitalize after that though?
He probably was getting touched up.
He was probably getting touched up, right? Getting outboxed and outclassed,
And
right?
one thing I will admit,
One can
Young
imagine.
Haney had power.
What? You said what?
Young Haney had power. I think he been at 35 too long.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's what took a lot of pop out of his shit. But when he was younger, like when he fought that white, the Rush, what was he, Russian or some shit? When he broke the dude cheek for the WBC mandatory spot for Loma.
Yeah.
Yeah, he broke his cheek the year before that, got knocked out of the year. The year before that, not the year before that, but I want to say between them two fights, shit, he beat the dog shit out that African.
Now, okay, my dude Chrissy said he was gassed. We all know Devin not hurting anyone at 135. It don't matter. This is a point system, my guy. You can lose on the cards.
That's
Why do people
crazy,
If
man.
act like this
Why
can't
why is it
happen?
always something different with Dev, man? That shit's so crazy to me. Niggas just be hating on the man. It's crazy to me.
hating,
Like,
call it how you see it.
that's crazy, bro. Like, man, Tank fans be hating, Shakur fans be hating. I'm a fan of all three, but them niggas being on bullshit, bro. Like, if they can fight Dev, they need to fight him. If Tank gonna knock his ass out, guess what? He can knock the fuck out.
But
You know
we
what I'm
gotta
saying? Like,
see it.
it
No,
should, yeah, exactly. If Shakur can outbox him, he can outbox him. But the thing is that them two dudes ain't fighting on the level of competition that Haney is. They don't got the resume to knock on their belts that Haney does. So that's only gonna make him better. So if Tank keep fighting dudes that we know he gonna knock the fuck out of, then guess what? Haney gonna keep fighting dudes that we know or give him a tough fight. That's the reason why
Like
the Loma fight was a close fight. You know what I'm
nobody can
saying?
sit here and say that Regis Prograis versus Hank
outside of Loma,
is a better fight than Isaac Cruz versus Tank
Then
2.
nobody. I don't want to see that shit, bro. Like Isaac Cruz, forget Isaac Cruz the fuck out of here, bro.
I
That
hold
nigga's a bum.
on, outside of Loma, who gave Haney a tough fight?
Loma.
I said
I'll admit.
outside. Hold on, wait. What's up, son? Go ahead.
Support all three, but I'm a dead fan
I
over.
said outside of Lomachenko, who gave Haney a tough fight?
Not much, but
Jojo Diaz.
yeah, Jojo Diaz gave him some work. You know what I'm saying? Like
Got his
these are
ass
fights on
all
paper that not necessarily they're gonna go a certain way. Like I picked Dev to beat all those dudes, but those dudes have experience. Those dudes have a certain caliber to them. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't sit up here and act like Tank is fighting the same level of competition that Devin is. That's a fucking lie. Shakur ain't fighting nobody. Shakur is fighting fucking hibachi
Bro,
chefs and shit.
why is Cruz even an option right now? Is what
That
we
right.
want
shit's
to
crazy
know.
to me,
Like,
bro.
Hold
come
on,
That's
on.
crazy to me.
real. Let's keep it a book. We know boxing. We know the politics behind it. Aesop Cruz is gonna sell.
Yeah,
It
And
is. Can't lie.
buy that
I'll
fight.
definitely watch it too.
Hope that he knocks out. They're gonna say, "Oh, with a camp, Aesop Cruz can beat Tank." So they're gonna go to watch him lose. It's the Floyd Mayweather effect. They're gonna buy the fight to watch him lose, and Tank is gonna prepare for the fucking midget and knock him out. It's gonna happen.
But
But
we know what, like we
it's
said,
a,
man.
it's a
You know what I feel like fans are upset with. They're upset with Bill because they know Bill is very vocal, and if they don't send a contract over there, Bill's going to be very vocal about it and expose him, and it's going to look bad. And a lot of people going to be like, "Ah, man, you see, that's that bullshit I'm talking about. Them niggas just on that, trying to tear another black man down. They gonna get on that type of shit, man."
All right. So how does Tank make the fight? How does he get the fight made? I want the both of y'all to answer.
Send the contract over with no
But
rehydration clause.
okay, so no rehydration. What's the split? Where do they fight on? What promotion? Who
They
gets the fight?
you
Like how does he?
Nigga, that can be
Drip,
on any promotion. He
they
ain't
fighting
with
on
nobody.
Showtime. Tank is
Yeah,
the
that
A
shit could be
side.
on
Devin said
Showtime.
Tank is the A side. Tank should do what the A side does in the contract, make all the stipulations, no rehydration clause. You know what I'm saying? Like he should do what the A
At
side
35,
does.
at 40, what? Catch
If
weight?
it's at 35, it has to be at 35. If it's at 40, it's at 40. Me personally, if I was Dev and Bill, you know, I would see where his son is with his weight management, with his weight draining and shit like that. Like, you got to see where his body is at. Like,
That
I don't have a problem with him taking a fight, but if it's too dangerous, he needs to move the fuck up.
y'all keep Tank is gonna weight drain him, but bro is weight draining himself.
No,
Going
I'm not saying Tank. I'm saying his weight drain. Period.
well,
Devin,
Art keeps saying Art keep talking about a rehydration clause, and they keep
Yeah,
saying
because bro, we already know if this
with the
nigga put
IPF
rehydration clauses
hydration clause.
On Ryan Garcia,
Ryan Garcia is a big ass fucking one. He's huge. The nigga is
My
not
thing is how much y'all be wanting cats to weigh? You know what I mean? Like how you wanted Ryan to come in at 150 or something, you know what I mean? Like
160, 170.
honestly,
That's when you walk
honestly,
around that.
if it's possible, I would prefer Devin Haney to fight Tank at like a catch weight of like 136, 137, but the belts will still be on the line if it's possible.
so just the IBF rules allow 10-pound rehydration. That's what Ryan was allowed. I mean, how
That's
I'm trying to
with the IBF on the line, bro. It's gonna be a rehydration clause. That shit.
now if y'all sticking point was the weight thing, I would be feeling y'all, bro. But y'all be talking like Haney looked like some Tank need to fear. Like if it was really about a weight thing, then I feel y'all. If he can't make 135, go on, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But if you finna stick around, bro, it's only Tank and Loma for Haney. If not, just go on to 140 and do what you do, bro. But y'all can't be.
Where Shakur come into play? Because
Real
Shakur,
quick,
he in the mix.
Yeah, just he need another name at 135. He need at least an Isaac
hey,
Cruz or something. At least somebody. You know what I mean?
real
Our
quick, I
Tessie
just
look
want to say
great.
one thing before I cut out. If Tank doesn't want to fight Haney at 135, bro, that's pussy to me because, bro, you can in one fight be undisputed and be guaranteed in the record books. Right now, if Tank Davis retires, is he a Hall of Famer? Guaranteed.
They 28 years old. He ain't going nowhere no time soon.
Who the hell?
If he retires right now, is he a
Who,
Hall of Famer?
who retires at 28?
That's not what I asked.
That's
That's yeah.
If he
hypothetical talk, bro.
retires
Ain't
right
nobody
now,
going nowhere right now.
That's what I'm saying. Name all the all-time greats at 28
okay,
years
dude.
old. At
Did
28,
Paul Williams choose to retire or did life retire him?
I didn't hear you say it again.
Did Paul
Barring
Williams
some
choose to
unforeseen
retire?
circumstance, I feel you. Like if he gets injured or a car accident,
No,
yeah.
I'm
But
not.
as
I'm not
we're
even saying all
speaking
that,
in
bro.
good
Okay,
health,
look. All I'm trying to say is keep it simple. Keep it simple. Right now, based on where he's at, and matter of fact, in his next fight, which of Tank's next fight will put him in the Hall of Fame? Devin Haney or Cruz?
Haney.
hey,
So why
that's an
wouldn't you
easy
want that
question.
next? I look at the dude
But
sideways if you don't want
140 is
that
not
next.
his natural weight class. Tank is a small dude. Like Tank is not a big guy. Why would so
I
he
didn't say anything about
So he went up
140.
to
you did?
knock out
No,
Barrios.
somebody else said it. I don't know who
He
it was.
went up to knock out Barrios, and Barrios is bigger than fucking Haney. Come on now.
Point proven, like Loma went up to fight Linares, and you don't realize real quick that 140 ain't your weight class. So you know what I mean? Why even put yourself at a disadvantage
You know what
fighting
I
these
think it
big
is?
boys?
I felt like can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
felt
hop
like
back in the chat.
I feel
Peace
like
out.
what's his name? Javante Davis really did go up to 140 to test the waters, and he felt like, hold on, man,
He got his ass.
I wasn't able to get off on him like I did before. So
Exactly.
let me go
Same way
back down
Loma
to
was at
135
142.
because let's keep it a buck. I was a little worried for Tank when he was fighting Barrios, regardless of people trying to say he a bum. I was a little worried because that nigga small as hell trying to fight that big ass dude.
And
And it
low
did
key, I
almost
feel like
backfire if it went to the
they
card.
weight drained Barrios in that fight. He put up a great fight against Keith Thurman, and because Keith Thurman ain't good, I think Barrios is better than what people think. I think that he was weight drained at 140 because he came in solid against Thurman. Like I don't know if that's a testament to Tank or whatever, but I just feel like Tank knew 140 was probably too big for him, and I wouldn't advise him to fight Devin at 140 neither for real. And it wouldn't be for undisputed if it's at 140 anyway.
It'd still be a big fight though.
It'll still be a big fight for sure. These fans don't give a fuck about no damn belts anyways. The casuals.
Oh well, if that's the case, run that Loma rematch back because I for one think you need to run that back.
Man, don't
Nah,
know,
fuck
man. That
Loma. He
shit
don't need
sold
to run that shit
150,
back.
150
Oh, why? When
man.
half the world saying you lost for real?
So
Rematch.
what? Who cares, man?
Hold
Half the world said Floyd lost to Castillo, man.
But and what Floyd do? 6 months later, running back. Mike Donald, he was close. 6 months
on.
later, running back. Leave
Let
no doubts, man. And
let
Did
if
Tank
you
run it
are who
back
you
with
are,
Cruz immediately or what?
that's why. Hey, that's why I'm not mad with the Cruz rematch.
hold on. If Tank would have lost, if Tank would have fought Loma and it would have been a controversial win like that, would y'all be calling for Tank to rematch Loma?
Hell no. And it
I
wouldn't
No,
even
would.
because
I
controversial.
would.
Loma's a sore fucking loser. You
It
see how
wouldn't
this
even fucking
dude is
controversial.
doing?
Now that's where
You
I
see
don't
how
feel
you
on, man.
disrespected him?
If niggas
Fuck
got if
Loma.
Loma got in there and started touching to Javante Davis up, it looked like hurt him a couple times and all that shit, whatever you want to say. And it was a controversial win, and they said Javante.
Let's talk about this hurt that y'all talking about. Now, y'all remember Wilder versus Ortiz, right? In the first fight. Remember the 7th round? Wilder was looking like he was damn near out of there. Was Devin like that at any point of the fucking Lomachenko fight?
He was a during headlights. And what did he say to his daddy after the round? He got me figured out.
No, it didn't. It didn't happen. The dude was not. His legs was not wobbled, buckled, none of that shit.
Are you serious?
No, it wasn't.
Look, I will attest to say Devin did not get hurt in a sense like where he was wobbled or nothing. Devin looked figured out, and he looked mentally beaten. He just kept fighting. I will give him that credit. But he didn't.
I do give him that props, bro. But like, I keep the same energy with any fighter, bro. I ain't no fan of too much anybody. If it was Spence and he got into a close fight, run that back, bro. Like, don't even leave people.
Boxing, like niggas.
This boxing, run it back, and then that's why UFC be getting their bread, bro. When it be a tough fight, they run it right back.
UFC don't be getting bread like that, bro.
Lomachenko running.
I said that's why the popularity, bro. See, y'all
too
caught up in y'all. I'm talking about
Tank versus Haney, nigga. I don't give a fuck.
Who gives a fuck about image, bro? They was gonna say some shit
because
about
you
Haney
don't
regardless
give a fuck about nothing. I'm just keeping the same energy amongst all fighters. You sound like a fanboy. I'm keeping the same energy.
Man, don't call me no fanboy, bro. That's some bullshit.
Y'all cannot sit here and say Devin Haney ain't nowhere near Floyd and then
hold
hold
on,
him
boy.
to Floyd standards. That shit is crazy.
Spicy, if we gonna be talking spicy, everybody turn the camera on, folks. I need to be food. I freak that shit.
Nah, my bad. I'm over here eating some food. I'm hungry as hell.
Yeah, I'm in this motherfucking facility. I can't go too hard, but I'm listening though. I'm tapped in for sure.
But yeah, y'all gotta stop capping for Loma. Like my dog said, bro. Fuck Loma. He does not deserve another title opportunity.
You see how he doing, Dev? If let's be real. If Lomachenko won that fight, it was a controversial fight on his side. Do you think he would run it back? Hell no. He didn't even run his loss back with Salido. He didn't run his loss
tried
back.
to. Salido turned him down. He offered him his whole purse. Quit with the lies, bro. Don't do that. I know you a fan, bro, but don't do that.
Man, quit that shit. Quit that labeling shit, bro. That's weak as hell. That's weak as hell.
Offered him a rematch and offered him the purse.
No, you over here capping for Loma, bro. Why are you capping for Loma?
No, I'm talking facts. What are you talking about?
Why he ain't running back with Gary Russell?
Why are you capping for Loma, bro? You're capping.
How am I capping when I said the man said he would run it back, give him his purse? Show me where that's capped.
How? No, like,
show me.
Come on now, like, you're sitting up here.
Okay, hold on.
Lomachenko, all this other shit, bro. Come on now.
Stop with the cap.
But it didn't happen.
No, you know he would not give Devin a rematch. He would not give him a rematch.
1 second.
We don't know anything.
Hold on 1 second. So you telling me he tried to get a rematch with Salido, but it didn't happen? Now, what about Teofimo Lopez?
We know Tio didn't run that shit back.
Tio didn't want to run it back.
We know that for a fact. He said it too many times.
If he would have won decisively, he wouldn't have to run a rematch. Should have just won the first time.
If you the king, if you supposed to be the king, you get held to different standards. Y'all hold Haney as the king. Y'all hold. And I ain't gonna say y'all, but people hold Canelo as the king. So when he get held to king standards, you can't get mad, bro.
Okay, run it back at 140. Then
that's cool with me too.
140.
You can go up to fight Linares. You can go up to fight Haney. And if you really want that rematch, run it back. I agree to that. I'm 100% in agreement with that.
Said Floyd would have stopped Loma. Dev won a war for Duke. He said it was small hole.
Man, Loma been able to fuck with no Floyd because Floyd stand in the paint, take punches from everybody. Point blank period. That nigga do not be on the outside fighting beautifully he used to. That nigga be sitting in the pocket trying to trade.
I don't know if Haney got the power. Floyd had a lot more power than people.
Why Tank didn't fight Loma?
Because Floyd, it wasn't GTD at that point.
I think they were scared of Loma for Tank, and they had reason to be.
Like I said,
even when Floyd said that on the Showtime, like, I'm gonna put you in the ring against Loma next, it sounded like it was a threat. It sounded like it was I'll put you in with him, nigga. Like it was a threat. Like, I think everybody know the threat that Loma present. Like, y'all wrote Loma off before the Haney fight, said he was old and washed up, and then start wanting to reverse it to put Haney where you want to put him at. But he was supposed to not do what he did, according to y'all. You feel me? And he made that a hell of a fight. And I'd be lying to say it wasn't a close fight either way. That's why I don't be feeling Bill all on the team was saying it wasn't a close fight like that. I don't feel that.
What rounds convincingly did you give Loma?
Every close round.
And that's what I was,
Every round, close
and
round.
Art, that's what I was telling you. Every round was a close round, separated by 1 or 2 punches, and that's why
Man,
I couldn't
I
give
watched
Loma the
that
fight because you
entire,
didn't do enough to
and
beat the
that's the
champ.
thing. I watched that entire fight 3 times, bro. Throwing flurries, but only landing 2, while niggas is screaming in the crowd and the commentators is yelling, "Oh, he's hurt." It's not gonna convince me. I sat there and watched Devin Haney counter, throw body shots, left hooks, jabs, straight right hands that had Lomachenko jumping. There was no angles from Loma until the 11th round. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Y'all remember what's his name? Max Kellerman. He tried to change the point system up, trying to use football analogies. Well, let's
Yeah.
bring up a football analogy. That fight kind of remind me of basically a team having a big ass fucking third quarter, but the other team won the first, second, and the fourth, and won by a field goal.
But that's like Loma said.
It doesn't
He
matter.
gave
It
up the
doesn't matter
12.
if you had a big round in the 11th and 10th. The other rounds, the judges seen it in Haney's favor, and we
But they
seen it
weren't. But
too.
I don't think any of those rounds were like definitive rounds. The only definitive rounds were really Loma rounds. Like the other rounds were like swing rounds. That's why I ain't mad at an 8-4
Nah, the
Haney
other
or
rounds, folks wouldn't count it because y'all wasn't paying attention to that body work.
Yeah,
Loma
that
has
body
a
work
good
counts.
Loma has a good poker face, bro. But I'm telling you right now, when Devin Haney threw that right hook to the body, Lomachenko started trying to clinch that man. He was looking crazy. It stopped Loma right
Devin
in
was
his
doing more
tracks.
clinching than
It
He
Loma.
definitely stopped him right in his fucking tracks.
It was a point in that fight when Dev hit him with a body shot, and Lomachenko he had backed up like he was hurt
Yeah, and
for
they
just a
was talking.
second.
Tim Bradley even said it. Tim Bradley was like, "Yeah, Lomachenko, he about to get on him. He about to get on him now." Devin Haney with him with a body shot. That dude started backing up, and then the man amidst the man, I let off the gas in the 12th round.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. Like he admitted himself, he let off on the gas in the 12th round.
And
So
still,
how can you
So you
say that
telling me
he
he beat
won?
Devin Haney up that bad that he was able to let off the gas and y'all still feel
Nah,
sorry?
I don't know who
Hell
who I
no.
don't know what he was thinking. Or I don't know who was in his corner at the time. Cause I needed Emmanuel Stewart to tell him to go knock that boy out because ain't no way you think you was that up that hard you could take off the 12th round. Now that was foolish. Yeah. I'm a Loma
Hell
fan, but
no,
you was a
bro.
damn fool
Hell
thinking that.
no.
That's just crazy to me.
That's what makes him
You
look like
fighting
a
the
sore
undisputed
loser right
champion.
now.
And
And
that's the strongest point I feel like y'all got to me. Like you take off the 12th, but I gotta say them if you look at the CompuBox numbers, bro, like them rounds that y'all think Haney just clearly won, they were separated by 1 or 2 punches, bro. So
you
I don't
can't
always
look at the
trust them
CompuBox
CompuBox
numbers
why
because
numbers,
not?
that's a
bro.
Why
person.
not?
That's a
Because I
person
be
that's
watching my
sitting up
own
there
eyes.
counting
I don't just
punches.
trust the CompuBox numbers
But
because
but but Loma hitting headshots, Haney hitting body shots. They both only landed 8 or 9, 10 punches around on both sides. Like that's why I say like Haney didn't do enough to where he just creamed Loma, but at the same time, Loma didn't do enough to beat the undisputed champ at
And that's
home.
the thing. That's the
When it's
whole thing. Is like we can't really talk about Loma doing this and that if he didn't do enough to win. Every
well, how
loss that
can we
Loma
can't talk
has,
about
he
what
didn't
he
do
he
enough
did?
to
didn't,
win.
bro.
Under Tiafimo, he didn't.
What was a closer fight?
Okay. So Tiafimo Lopez, he didn't throw punches till like the 6th or 7th round. That's ridiculous. Then
Bro,
he's
that's
a sore
it's
fucking loser.
basically
He's
the
always
same
complaining.
story,
Every loss
bro.
that he has, he's complaining and he's acting like people are against him when that's fucking
I
bullshit.
mean, but y'all
That's
really
my whole
are
thing
because
with
y'all not
Lema.
even giving him the props that he deserved for what he did in the fight. Y'all
I
making
gave
it
I
I
look like
gave
did.
Haney
Loma
just
his
washed him.
props.
I did.
I was on here when I gave Loma his props. He surprised me. He surprised me. Cause he I thought Dad was gonna dominate, to be honest with you.
I thought Dave was gonna go in there and walk him down and just knock his ass out.
And
But
he did.
that's
He
why I
showed
feel
up.
like the rematch should be
what?
done.
Hold
Like
on. Do y'all not hear how crazy you sound? When the fuck did Devin Haney walk in and knock out anybody?
he didn't walk him down at all.
But I'm saying, who did Devin? That's not even Devin's style.
They
Can a
make it
knockout
like
not
this
occur
dude a
though? Can
hitter.
a
Yeah, that's
knockout
what I'm
not
trying.
But I'm
come?
I'm
Can a
saying,
trying to
knockout
figure
not
out.
happen? Can he
Has
not set
Devin
up a
Haney
knockout?
has he
Why are we
never not
talking like
walked somebody down
knockouts
and
from
knocked them out
dudes
before?
but
that
I'm
just
asking, when
don't
was the
have
last time
power?
Devin did
Can't
that?
knock
Who did he
somebody
do it
out.
to?
Who did he do it to?
He did it before.
But to
But
who?
to who? The Mexican we had knocked out of the year?
Yeah, that
That was
Mexican
like,
nigga.
how old was that?
Oh my
How old was that?
God.
That had
Art,
like
you're
4
better than
losses,
this.
fam. A couple knockouts. Like you talking about Lomachenko. That would be crazy. If Devin did that, that would literally make him pound for pound #1. Because who are you now?
Now,
You just walk. You just got in the ring with one of the
blood
best fighters
boxing.
ever
Same can be said
in
about
the
Tyson
division.
Fury. Same can be said about Tyson Fury, the guy
But
that
you,
you root for, right?
nigga, you said this,
When
the
have
guy I
Tyson
root
Fury?
for.
When have
Who root
Tyson
for?
Fury
Who root for
ever
Fury
walked
Who
over
the
here?
fuck
somebody
rooted
down
for
and knocked him
Fury?
out like that for real?
Who root for Fury?
Never, never. And it happened in the second fight, right? And he
He's
said
talking about
everything
the
was on
other
the up
people.
and
He
up.
ain't talking about us because he
And he
know we
said
don't root
everything
for
was
I was
Fury.
gonna
up
say
and up.
because
So hey,
that
man,
nigga, that
shit
nigga,
can
that
happen,
hey,
right?
that nigga know I was right there with him getting made fun of by the world because they think we making shit up, calling niggas cheaters. Nigga, I just had this conversation the other day with my little brother. This nigga got the fucking power of God in the second fight when he couldn't punch at all in the first fight.
Well, you know, Art could be talking to me because I get on him about this wild
Yeah, I'm
shit.
talking. I'm talking to Blunt's box. I'm talking to Blunt's.
Okay.
Okay, but hypothetically, say they run the rematch back, right? And Loma go in there and knock this nigga Devin out.
Hypothetically,
If he do that,
we
we gonna
not
be like,
talking
where the
about
fuck this
Lomachenko
power come
versus
from,
Devin
right?
anymore. Why the fuck y'all talk about Lomachenko versus Devin when I'm trying to make Lomachenko? Devin versus motherfucking Tank.
And that we
What
can
are you
use that
talking
as the
about? This guy
hypothetical.
lost.
I mean,
Hey,
we
he won the
get
rematch
lost in
and he beat
conversation.
Shakur
Let's not
Stevenson.
act like we just been focusing on that the whole time. You just went to Wild and Fury as well, so we touching on things here. But I do want
I'm just
Devin and
saying,
Tank as
why
well
are we talking about that when we could be talking about two winners, niggas with undefeated
because
records?
Haney is hitting up Eddie Hearn about
Thank you.
progress.
Thank you. I'm
That's
glad you
why.
spoke on it. He
Because
talking about why we
the
talking
man
about it. Why he not talking about it?
Didn't Tank say, "Oh well, I want you next after Cambosis. I'm gonna fight you next." Then he fought fucking Hector Garcia and Ryan Garcia. Come on now.
Garcia's and he
Well,
and
Ryan Garcia was
look,
on deck for the payday. Who wouldn't skip a
Hold on, time out.
$1.2 million
Bloodspot.
dollar pay
Let
per
me
view
answer
payday?
this.
Come
Let
on
me
now.
answer this. You
We
just
can't
said
say that. How do you know Regis ain't on deck for the payday? Like
Who is
you talking about
Regis?
keeping the same
Who is
energy?
Regis though? Like, come on,
Who
how
is
time
we
out.
gonna act
Ryan?
like
Who
Regis
did
got the same
what? How
popularity as a
many pay
Ryan
per views did
Garcia?
Ryan sell? How many pay per
Whoa,
views did
hold
Ryan
on,
sell? Don't give
whoa.
me on Instagram. How many pay per views did Ryan sell?
What
Who
was
is
Tank supposed to do?
Progress?
Time out. Time out. What was Tank supposed to do? You wanted him to sit there and be inactive until Haney got done with his 2-fight contract?
That's
2-fight
what
deal
That's
plus
what
an extra
Spence did.
fight?
Exactly.
That's
Like
what Spence did.
Tank is the
He
Spence
really
did
money
not
man.
wanted that
sit there
fight,
inactive
Tank is the
for
but you
money
know
man.
what
whole
fight?
fight.
Anybody
You're
he
You
capping.
know
fights
what
is a
fight
big
Tank
fight.
really wanted was Ryan Garcia. He didn't really want this Dana Haney fight, bro. Let's be real. Y'all
Bro, you're
notice. Y'all can
crazy.
look.
It's
Both of
not
y'all.
because of
Hold on
something
one
that he
second.
sees skill wise.
One second.
It's
Y'all
crazy.
can't sit here and tell me.
Oh,
Hold on. Y'all can't sit here and tell me that Tank is pressing the issue with Devin as hard as he is the Ryan Garcia fight.
But Ryan Garcia was
Hey,
available. Devin already signed a deal. He went to Top Rank. You know better
hey,
than everybody. A fighter go to Top Rank, they're not finna get a fight with a PBC fighter before any other fighter
Nigga,
in
I'm
Top
talking
Rank.
about today.
I'm talking. Okay, let's talk about today. Devin Haney won the belt. He won that fight with Loma a couple days ago. Why he ain't address Shakur or Tank on Twitter or
Nigga,
or
for sure.
Instagram or
You talk
anything,
about,
YouTube, anything?
bro.
Why
He
he ain't say
posted
I
at
want
the
them
end of the
now?
press conference and said, "Nigga, I want fucking
Why
Javante
hasn't Haney
Davis."
come out and say, "Hey, both of y'all niggas don't fight nobody. Let me heal up a little bit, get in the fight shape
Bro,
again, and I want one of y'all."
he just told
Why he hit up
motherfucker
Eddie Hearn and say,
today,
"Hey, I want to talk to you about Regis at 140"?
bro. He hit up two people. He hit up two people. He said,
Like,
"Tank,
come on, nigga.
hit
You
up
want to
fucking
talk about
Al."
you want
Did
to
he
talk
not?
about Haney and Tank, but
Did he
Haney
not?
don't want to talk about it.
Hold on, Drip. Did he not? Did Devin Haney not tell Tank to hit up Al Heyman right now and set that shit up?
Come
Tell
on, bro.
Tank
Do that
that
really
no. He
work?
told Twitter, I'll talk about it when Al hit me up. That's what he
You
said.
is
just
Tank not
said
the A
out
side?
your mouth that you hit Hearn up, and I'm pretty sure Bill has access to Sam Watson
Is
and
Tank not the A
Haney
side?
crew.
Family, come on now. Is Tank not the A side? Can Tank
You boys
can
If
Tank
capping
Devin
just not
tonight.
Haney is the
send
king
Devin
at
a contract just
135,
like
why
he
hasn't
sent
Devin
Cruz a
Haney
contract, just like he
responded to
sent Hector
Shakur
Garcia a
Stevenson
contract,
or
just like he
Javante
sent Ryan
Davis
Garcia a contract?
directly, directly to them?
Devin
Why
said on
hasn't?
multiple occasions that Tank is the A side. It like let's be real. Some niggas would be like, oh well, Devin not the A side. Tank is the A side. We've seen this. Come on now.
Well, didn't Plant submit a contract to Canelo for his last belt? Didn't Plant send over the contract for
Thank you,
Canelo?
thank you.
Okay, I was just
hey,
asking.
hey,
Did
I,
not
I've
did
been,
did not didn't Canelo give him
Hey,
$10
wait,
million
wait, wait, wait,
dollars?
wait,
Did
wait,
Canelo
Hey,
not
wait,
that
give
wait.
him
boy's
$10
Hold up.
million
tripping over your
dollars?
words, boy. I'm just asking a question.
Did
Why
Canelo not give him
does
$10 million
why does the
dollars though?
champion have to
Was
look for the
Canelo not the A
character?
side? Was
Because
Canelo
the
not the A side?
champion
Did
wants a
Canelo
big
not
payday
dictate the
against the
terms?
No,
biggest
no, no,
name.
no,
Did
no, no,
Canelo
no,
not
no,
dictate
no.
the terms?
What are you in the sport for, dude?
Hold on.
Devin Haney's the end goal. What are you in the division and the sport for if there's another dude who is undisputed better than you?
He's
It's
asking
not to
for a
prove
140
that you
pounder.
are
He's
number
asking
one.
for a 140 champ, though. What are you talking
Nigga,
about?
the
He's not trying
fact
to stay
that
at
stop, the
135.
fact that we are arguing about this, bro, and like the fact that it's an argument Look how easy the Garcia fights got made, like that. And Garcia canceled on him and left him hanging. And he still went back and made that fight.
Garcia left him hanging.
Still went back. He was trying hard to get that
Nigga,
guy.
if he wanted to fight Devin Haney, he would have fought Devin Haney. Just say he don't want to fight him.
If Haney wanted to fight Tank, he would fight Tank.
And you know what makes it worse?
Anybody besides
you know what makes it worse?
What excuse
Bill
will you
Haney
have?
said they went to the WBA and say, "What's up, man? Can't you force this guy Tank to fight me? You know, I want to fight my mandatory Tank." And the dudes was
And
like,
the nigga
"Nah,
said-
fuck that. We just gonna drop the
Listen,
ranking belt if it can't."
And,
all right,
and
I'm
Ryan Garcia, he tried to fight Ryan Garcia multiple times, but Ryan, he said, "Oh, I have a mental health crisis." He made up a fake ass Pacquiao fight, all this shit, and that's not even the first time he walked out on Tank during negotiations.
Said Plant requested $10 million for his belt.
Hey,
That'll set the
Hey, I wanna ask y'all good brothers this, and I got a bone to pick with Tank Davis and Devin Haney. When are we gonna start seeing either one of these guys fight Black American fighters? I mean,
we want that
look,
right now.
and I mean that, and listen, man, I
can
hear
dig it.
everybody talking. Let me shine for about 2 seconds. I hear everybody talking about, and I'm talking about fighters when I say everybody, talking about who can sell, who can't sell. I done seen both guys, Tank and Devin Haney, fight people that nobody knows. And we got Oshaki Foster out here. We got Frank Martin out here. We got Shakur Stevenson out here. We got black fighters that they can give opportunities to. Instead, they continue to go and fight Mexican descent fighters or Puerto Rican descent fighters that really and truthfully have no opportunity, no chance at winning. And I told Art this before. Black American fighters don't want to fight Black American fighters. It's up to us, the fans, to throw that at them, man.
I'm really hoping
we're trying to
Crawford
make a
Spence
Black
sells a lot
American
so we
fight
can
right now.
get.
That's all facts.
We're trying to make a Black American fight right now, so I don't
They can make the fight. It's Black American fighters out here. They can fight. Frank Martin is out here. Frank Martin is out here.
Now, Julius.
Yeah.
Devin Haney's second option, if not Tank, is another Black American.
Who is that? Regis
Prograis.
Listen, here's the thing, man. I'm talking about meaningless to me. Now, I'm talking about to me. To somebody else, it might make sense. But to me, Regis is a fight that should have happened before the Lomachenko fight. The Lomachenko fight meant nothing. It meant nothing. The Ryan Garcia fight meant nothing. It only meant something to their pocketbooks. I'm just being honest. That's all it meant something to. Them fights are not legacy fights. I guess the Haney Lomachenko is more of a legacy fight. But I'm just saying. But again, though, what kind of legacy, as great as people say Lomachenko is, what win on his record has ever made anybody call him elite?
Rigondeaux, Russell Jr., Walters, Linares. So I keep going.
Which one?
Rigondeaux.
Rigondeaux? Hold up
Walters,
a second.
Yes.
Hold on a second, brother. Rigondeaux would have been a great win if it happened at 118 or 122. It was 4 weight classes up. 18 to 30. Then Rigondeaux start at 18.
Rigondeaux took down.
But I'm just saying, did he not start
Rigondeaux's an elite fighter. You jump up and get that smoke, you get that smoke. I don't want to hear that.
I got you, but I'm saying you talking about a guy that went up 4 weight classes, 18, 22, 26, and 30.
So what?
He started at 18, right? Am I mistaken?
You asked me a question, I answered it. You want to put
No,
more
I said,
context to it? I would just
did Rigondeaux start at 118? You didn't answer that. I said, wasn't he a champ at 118?
Yes.
Okay, and the fight happened at 130, correct?
So does not make him elite?
Okay, what win does Rigondeaux have that made him elite? He got one win. Donaire.
Was he the top of his class when he beat him?
But I'm saying, what was the elite? You said elite. I said
Okay.
elite
At
fighter.
this point,
Even Gary
Well,
Russell is not elite.
the thing is that this is what people have painted Lomachenko as. Regardless of if you
Right.
think
I'm
his
still waiting on
wins
that.
are elite or
painted them.
anything,
The
this is
wins are
what
there.
the media paint him as
But
a
the wins are
top.
there.
He's a top five
But
pound for pound fighter, right? That's what the
I,
I didn't
media
say
said.
that. I said, but the wins are there.
The win, yeah,
what
but
I'm
the
saying,
media has
I,
painted him
I
as.
don't
That's what I'm
respect
trying to
those
say. Like
wins
the
as
media has
elite
painted
You
him
don't
as
though.
this
respect
thing.
as
So of
Russell is
course
number
he's gonna
one.
be looked
Russell was number
as
one
something
when he
like
fought
that.
him. Nicholas Walters was undefeated when he fought him. Like, I'm trying to understand. Why y'all don't
I
give him
mean,
props for
I'm
what he
trying to
did?
understand.
I'm
Nicholas
not.
Waters'
How am I
biggest
not giving him
win
props? And I'm just
was
saying, did the media
Donaire.
not paint him as a top five pound for pound fighter? Did Bob
If,
Arum not
but
say
hold
he
on,
was better than Ali, better than
That's see,
Floyd, all this
that's
other
the
shit? Like,
propaganda. I ain't talking about propaganda. I'm talking about what he
I'm
did.
well,
What he
I don't,
did.
propaganda paints a
but I'm
picture
just
in boxing.
saying.
Let's be real now. This is
I,
facts.
but
Propaganda
I'm saying
definitely, and
for
I'm not
me
saying
though, brother.
Lomachenko isn't that
What
guy. I'm just saying this is what the media helped boost his popularity. Am I wrong?
Oh yeah, I
Absolutely
mean,
because
they're gonna do the great white hype thing for sure. I
I
ain't
mean I'm just
that part I
saying
can't do nothing about.
Nicholas Waters' only win was against Donaire, a
But
guy that a
he was
flyweight,
under. How many
a
guys are fighting
flyweight.
undefeated guys at their number one in their division back to back? Like because
But I'm
Nicholas
saying,
Walters was number one at the time,
but
Russell was
who
number
did
one at the time,
Nicholas
Ricky
Waters
now number
beat outside of Donaire? That's all I'm asking.
one. Okay, man.
Outside of
If
Donaire,
you're
a
gonna
flyweight.
if you're gonna combat every win that he got, then that means you just don't want to give him no props. But I'm
I
letting you know he
I
beat some
give him
elite
credit for
fighters.
Gary Russell, but I said elite wins. I give him credit for Gary
So
Russell. That was a good
Russell
win.
not an elite fighter?
No,
Oh, okay. My bad.
Gary
Just
Russell is elite. I'm just
hold the
saying,
belt
is
for 10
Gary
years and
Russell
then he
elite?
elite. Okay.
Gary Russell is elite based
Art,
on what win?
You think
But
Gary Russell elite or no?
No, he's not elite.
I asked Art.
Oh, okay.
all
Art, you
right,
still here?
all right. But anyways, man,
Oh, he
Regis
wasn't here.
Prograis and Devin Haney, or Devin Haney versus
He
Tank.
wasn't here.
Those are black
I mean,
fighters, regardless.
and then one point I want to bring up too is like we can't really get on there for fighting fucking Regis Prograis when people didn't get on Canelo for going up and fighting other dudes
I,
when
Shoot,
Canelo
I
was the real
absolutely,
chalk
I
fighter.
agree.
We can't.
I
too.
agree. You're right.
We can't really get on there for that. That's a good ass
Right.
fight. That's the
So you
difference.
don't view? Do you view Regis Prograis as a good champion, Julius?
As an elite
I
fighter, how
think
about
I
that?
think that honestly speaking, I think that if Haney is that guy, he moves up to 40 and dominate Regis Prograis. Um, I think that Regis is a bigger guy, or they the same size. But no, I don't think that's an elite win, but that's a good win, and it makes him the man at 140. So why not do it?
Now,
I'm okay with that.
can I
Yeah.
chime in real quick about the black versus Mexican fighters? I really hope Terrence Crawford and Spence does well number wise, so we can start debunking that theory. Because I do understand why the heads think the Mexicans versus the blacks make more money, and I'm not mad at that because that's kind of been the model for
They
so
talk
long.
crazy. That's
I mean,
crazy as
that's
talk,
not
though.
really because we don't have the Caucasian fan base in boxing. It's really blacks and Mexicans right now. Like so, it do
But
make
the
and we
biggest
are prideful, so it does make numbers
right,
sense. But
but
I
the
just hope
biggest,
the two blacks
in
make
my
more money.
opinion, and I had said this to Art before, and I'm just speaking in America. The biggest sports stars in America are 90% Black Americans in every sport, including boxing. They say that we can't sell, but then Earl Spence go do 50,000 in the at Dallas Stadium twice. They said that we can't sell, but
Against a Mexican.
Terrence Crawford did okay against a Mexican. Okay, how about Terrence Crawford? He averaged 20,000 no matter who he fought in Omaha. It didn't matter if he fought a black, a Hispanic black, a Mexican, whomever. Terrence Crawford brought in 20,000 when he fought Hank London. So I'm saying the biggest stars are black. And
At
here's
his
another
home,
thing.
at home, it's easier
Okay,
to
but that
to
doesn't
win.
We
matter as
can't
long as
sit
you
up
can
there and
sell.
that that's
Literally,
we
Tank
got to
Davis
debunk
sold
that
out
though.
everywhere, right?
no.
That's
Tank
Against
we
Davis
got to
sold
Mexicans,
out
debunk that
everywhere.
because
Tank
black
Davis is a
people do
big
buy
name.
fights. Black people do
Yeah,
support boxing.
they support
That's a
all
myth.
sports. Black folks support
Hold
all
on, look,
sports.
I can explain this in better in easier terms, bro. When it comes down to buying the fights, Hispanic fight fans, they're gonna really buy. Like they gonna buy.
They
Based on which
You can't
fighters?
They
you can't
look, they
what data can you
wholeheartedly,
quantify
I'm
that on?
saying based on what fighters have you seen that they definitely buy everything? I'm
Nigga,
saying
Floyd
Hispanic fighters.
Mayweather is really the blueprint, bro. They wholeheartedly
But
believe no matter who's fighting who, that the Mexican is gonna win. They go to support that
but
stupid
but
fighter.
hold on. His biggest fights was Pacquiao Mexican?
No, but the Philippines believe in Pacquiao because they have nobody
They
else.
have a
That was
country
another
behind
person.
them
Okay.
that's big. Like the culture
Yeah,
of
Okay.
like
Floyd is
come on,
big,
man.
How
bro.
about Floyd Mayweather and Shane Mosley?
Hold on, wait. Let me just get back to what I'm saying. So
Okay.
when it comes to black on black fighters, when they fight,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard for because who do we have to go off of?
We are divided, like we are with Spence and
Yeah,
Crawford. Go ahead.
right
But the
now, like we
Mexicans
in
are
here arguing
divided
with Haney
too.
Tank. You know what I'm saying? But
The
all that to
Mexican
say,
fans are divided too.
the
I
You don't
mean,
outsiders,
see
they're
them
gonna
arguing.
let's
You don't
be
see them
real.
arguing down the
What
timeline like we do with
they're
each
gonna
other
get
about
legally
Spence and
streamed. They're
Crawford.
not gonna
what
support, and
what
our
ticket
numbers is
sellers
not
do they
gonna be the
have
same.
besides Canelo? What fighters are
Right.
selling
That's what
out
I'm trying
besides
to see.
Canelo?
What is this Mexican fighter that's doing all these numbers outside of Canelo?
The thing is, you have multiple black fighters that are doing numbers.
Yeah, let's go there.
There's multiple like Wilder, EJ. You got Tank. Like they
But
only
I
have
think though, I
Canelo.
Right.
think with
And
those three guys, you guys name
hold
are
up a second.
exceptions because of their
Hold up
popularity
a
too.
second. What color is Deontay Wilder? And
No,
he has
what
fought black, white, whatever, and he sold in Alabama, sold in New York. Like people keep telling me black folks don't buy, but the biggest stars I see are blacks, no matter who they're fighting.
Like we gotta come on, fam. We gotta debunk that shit. Like black and
Yeah,
Texas
dude, we
do
gotta
buy
defunct
fights.
that right away.
This is
I
why
ain't
we're not getting the
cause
fights that we want because y'all we fall into this propaganda that oh well Mexicans buy more. How can
right,
you what
I
numbers
think
can you
black
absolutely.
versus
quantify?
Mexican buy more. I think when
Ju-
they
You
hatred to that makes them buy more,
that's
not just
just
them by
because,
themselves.
if I may say this, good brother, that is because all we see is them make those matchups. The biggest fights that have ever happened in the history of boxing, as far as viewerships, have been blacks against blacks. Now, you may say, oh, well, that was years ago. But it happened, and it was always a black fighter fighting a black fighter. Spence and Crawford won't do the pay per view numbers because of streaming and all of that. But it would be, if they put the thing on regular TV, 100 million people would watch the fight.
I agree, but since we not in
Well,
that day and
my thing
age,
is that
like if
if Tank and
if we
Ryan can
not
do
if Spence and Crawford doesn't
Right.
do the numbers that Tank and Garcia did, then it's not a good sign.
Well, the
let's
sign
well
would be Tank
Julius, hold
Davis.
on, Julius.
Tank
Hold on,
Davis
Julius.
did the numbers without Ryan Garcia.
Not
Ryan Garcia
1.2
didn't
million.
do
Hold on,
any
Julius.
numbers
Hold on,
by
Julius.
himself.
Not 1.2 million.
Let's put in the play the promotion that Spencer Crawford is gonna get, all the interviews that they're doing. They're gonna be
Hmm.
doing multiple city tours. This fight is gonna
Right.
sell.
It's gonna do over 1 million buys.
I'm praying it does because I think that hurts what we talking about if it doesn't.
It
If
doesn't
Tank and
hurt it
Ryan can
either
do
way,
over a
bro.
million, Spencer Crawford can do over a million. And because Ryan
Absolutely.
wasn't selling pay-per-views before that,
It
Never.
you know,
it
he was
sound
not.
good, but Tank
That
wasn't doing
Spencer
1 million
Crawford
by
better
himself
do a
neither
million,
though.
bro. I'm buying. I might buy that shit twice just because.
I
I'm
buy
I'm
all the
just
stuff, so
saying.
I ain't one
It's
of them. I
true, but
buy
at the
everything.
same time, like we have to look at the history of who who was fighting. Like Tank was the one bringing in the numbers. People was coming to see
Absolutely.
Tank. You
But
know what I'm
if you've
saying?
been
Like Ryan had
consistently doing
instant.
200,000 and then you fight a popular guy, y'all do 1.2 million, you can't just say
Well,
you were the reason.
how many?
Like
All right,
I'm not saying
I'm
he was the
asking the
reason, but
question
he's a
though.
big factor of
How much
why
did Ryan Garcia do by
Tank had
himself
the
against
culture behind him.
anybody?
Tank was
he's
with
never
Lil
done a
Baby.
pay-per-view,
Tank
so
was
you
with
can't
Lil
even weigh that
Uzi.
number
No,
Tank
in.
I'm
was with
talking
Lil
about
Durk.
TV numbers. I'm
Tank was
talking
on
about
I
interviews.
numbers,
don't know. You know
regular
the
Tank was
zone
numbers.
doing
be
all
hiding
this
them
stuff,
joints. Ain't no
man.
telling.
Like
I'm talking about
But
any numbers. What type of numbers?
Hold on. It kind of reminds me of the Wilder versus Fury thing. None of them did pay per view numbers before, and then when they fought, that shit did good
but
numbers.
I
It's
do feel
because
like
it's just
Wilder
the
was
message.
properly marketed and branded with Fox and Showtime helped to where he had became a star for they even put him on pay-per-view. Because he was
and
knocking shit out and he had a good promotion platform behind him and he kept doing his job and kept giving the fans what they wanted to see. Like and Wilder and Tank is kind of exception to the rule because of their popularity and their connection to the culture. Every black fighter don't got that. Like everybody ain't
They
got
don't.
that that polarized and captivating type of image. Like even Haney, that's what he kind of going through because he don't connect like with the street culture like that, like a Tank do. And that's not to say it's anything about his
But you know
fighting
what it
style.
is
I'm
though
just
with
talking about
Haney though?
connecting to the culture like that and building your
That's
stardom up
that's
off.
still building him up though with Haney. That's
I
because
thought him and Loma
you
would
know
have
what they
did
say?
more numbers.
All press is good press because the more they mention Tank nowadays, they're mentioning Haney. I'm starting to see it a lot on these social media sites. That's not even boxing heavy, like the $1 million worth of game, the fucking Shade Room and motherfucking Say Cheese TV and shit. They all got Devin Haney on there now as the guy that's supposed to be up there with Tank or the guy that could possibly fight Tank.
Well, you can't
So
ignore
I
that
feel like that
when
fight
one guy
itself.
got all the belts and Tank, you just popular. Like that's hard to ignore for any platform. I'm like, yeah, you popular, but who the champ? You know what I mean? So I do feel like I hate that Tank and Haney and Loma didn't do bigger numbers, but that's why I feel like
I
Regis
wasn't
is not a
expecting
good
it to
fight.
do good numbers, but it did do a good viewership. Niggas did watch that shit. Let's be real.
I think the
120,000 ain't it
problem
though.
that Haney got too, guys, is that Haney doesn't have a home. Like he say, he's from Oakland, right? And then he fights out of Vegas, but he's never really had a home base that
But
really surrounded themselves with it.
and
Like
that's the
when you
trip.
talk about Wilder, right? Wilder has at first the Alabama fan base. Then he could go to New York. He can go all around. Terrence Crawford, Omaha, Spence, Dallas, Mayweather before that, Grand Rapids, where 20,000 would come, and then they spread out. Like to me, that was the problem is he started his career off in Mexico and he never
Mhm.
built an
Yep.
American fan base.
And once again, your connection to where you from, like I say, not a street guy, man. But them people,
Right,
I go
not a
to
street
Oakland a
guy.
lot. They vow. Listen, just listen, brother. I'm saying the connection that Tank has with the streets is that he's from the streets. They relate to him. You feel me? He's from
Right,
there. Them
right,
people can recall him going to school and places with him. Like you know what I mean?
right.
Like when you don't have that at your home
That's
base.
why they hate when they hear this young guy coming up from the other side is talking about he can beat him and he's ready to fight him. Because they looking at Devin like, man, what the hell this guy
And
talking
you
about? He ain't
and
from the
he not
street.
knocking
They
nothing
let
out
if
either. It ain't that air of fear.
folks is letting that critique them or letting that shit get in their head. So they
You
think
say you say
Devin,
hate, but people don't hate Haney for that. It's not that at all.
man,
The
They
let's
where
just
the
be
don't
hate
real.
comes.
connect with
Let's be
him.
Look.
real.
There's no
They
hate.
use
You got
that
it.
Haney say,
You
oh,
have it
because that nigga
confused with another
ain't
word,
like
bro.
that
It's
for
it's
real.
it's called doubt. When you talk so much shit about a
Yeah,
fighter, but then go across the street where we know it's the era of across the
right,
street. You go over there and then you fighting these people. Then you got this fight lined up, and then right when it's over, you don't have none of that to worry about.
right,
You call Eddie Hearn. That's literally
right,
across the pond now
I
to
feel
talk
right.
that.
about his fighters.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know
come
who
on,
you
bro.
is talking, bro, but you right. It is called doubt, and that's what
Yeah,
sports
there's no
fans. It's
hate.
okay for sports fans to have that. And I wanted to touch on
I wait,
something.
I don't
I
wait,
don't
hold on. I
understand.
don't understand this. Devin Haney's been calling out motherfucking Javante Davis for a
No, no,
long
it
time.
ain't that,
So
Art
why are
man.
y'all
It's
saying, oh, he doubted
no,
himself?
no,
The man wants to fight him.
no, no.
Okay,
I'm
so
not.
hold on,
Nobody's saying that
So
Devin
Art,
won't take the fight.
If he
I
want to
think what
fight
he's
Haney,
saying
I mean, if he
is that
want to
he
fight Tank,
said
why
he
not
was
go over
going to
there?
take the fights, but then he signed somewhere where he wouldn't take the fights. He got a right. It's his career to sign with whoever he want to. But sports fans doubt people no matter what. LeBron James, one of the greatest ever, he get doubted. It's just a part of sports. And I don't understand this one thing. Why, like today, D Hive is my man. I love D Hive. But I saw D Hive say something because Terrence
This
Crawford said
nigga,
he could beat
D Hop talking
Mayweather.
about nope, it's
But
hate, nigga. It's not
no,
hate, bro.
hey, look, D Hive, my
That
man.
weird
But
shit,
So
all
bro.
I'm saying
say
is
point.
this:
Nah, Di be
it no,
tripping. But go
D
ahead.
Hive, my man. But I'm just saying this one point. It's okay for Terrence Crawford to say he can beat Mayweather. It's okay for Haney to say he could beat everybody in the world. That's what fighters supposed to do. And I think that sometimes as sports fans, we set stuff back as boxing fans because every time somebody calls somebody out, we get upset. What are they supposed to do? They're supposed to call the champion out.
And
There's
that's what
no
Devin
reason
Haney
to be
said. He
upset.
said he don't mind Shakur Stevenson them calling him out because that's what you're supposed to do. He's the man on the top.
Right, that's what you're
But
supposed to do.
Julius, let's be real. That's hate. He's getting hate. You see all the comments he
But
gets from all these people from
They
different
calling
walks
him
of
a
life.
fake
That's hate.
but
Muslim.
LeBron
who is
James
the
gets
hate
down
though?
and
Who's the
Hey,
hate coming
bro,
from?
LeBron
there's
James is one of the greatest of all time, right?
there's
He's
other
getting
Right,
hate.
calling him a
They
fake
talk about
Muslim.
all this shit about LeBron. They talk about all this
right.
Yeah,
shit
I was
about
just
Devin.
finna say in any arena, you get people who hate on Floyd, you get people who hate on
Do,
Michael Jordan.
do
So
you
you
want to
go,
know why they hate though, bro?
How the fuck
People
do I
hate
type in the chat?
because
I want to
to
talk to
me,
D.
fan is a you know what I'm saying, come from fanatic, right?
Hmm.
And some people when they say that they're a fan, like if they're a Michael Jordan fan, or if they're a LeBron James fan, or if they're Mike, whoever, Tank Davis, they not the fighter or the player, but the fan feel threatened by someone else doing good, saying they can beat them. You get what I'm saying?
And
That's
that's
what I think the hate is
That's
from
one
some
Can
of
aspect.
y'all
the
hear me?
fans,
that's
and
I
that's
feel like
There's
Can
that's
y'all hear
another
me?
there's another aspect that we haven't touched on. It's the racism. Tank gets
oh
the
yeah,
hate.
that's out there.
Devin gets the hate. Wilder gets
Yeah,
the
that's
hate.
out there.
Spence gets the hate. It's
I think
racism.
everybody get their amount of hate.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
this is
everybody get
this
the
is
hate.
this is D Hive here. I just had to step out of the office for a second. So first of all, I just have one question. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I heard all that. I heard all that. I just have one question. Why were the sentiments the same when he was a free agent? Because you're saying that the hate comes from. Excuse me. You're saying that the doubt comes from all these different places. Oh, now he's signed where the fights can't be made. Da da da. Da. Okay, cool, good. Why were the sentiments the same when he was a free agent calling out Tank?
I'll say this. To me, I
And that's for
always
everybody, not
kept it
just Julius.
consistent.
Don't
Yeah.
let Julius fucking save you. Everyone else is making it seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all jump in too.
Yeah, I'm just not
I,
trying to
I
talk over people. This
no,
is the dripper right here. I'm
I'm
ready to
letting you
speak.
chop it up, but yeah, man, let's be real. They hate on Devin Haney. They start talking about his pops, why his pops in his life. They need to let his pops
All
talk.
the extra shit.
Bro,
All the extra
somebody
shit.
debated with me.
They talk about his
His
nose, his
pops needed.
nostrils, his facial features, and shit like that.
Literally. Oh, he can't punch. His daddy always
He can't
talking to
punch.
him. All this, da, 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 da.
That's
What the
hate.
fuck did that got to do with fights being
The
What
made?
about
doubt
Tank has
comes
this?
fought
from how he
non-punchers
looks in the
Nah.
before.
ring.
What
The
about
doubt
this
comes
one
from how
though?
he look in the ring when
What
JoJo
about
Diaz
what they
popped you
talk
with them
about?
left hands all
He
day and
dressed
Loma
like
working you
Devontae
But
Davis.
he's
with left
fighting
hands
dudes
all
though.
day.
We can't sit
Hold on,
up
hold on
here
one
and
second.
he's
That's
fighting dudes.
fantastic.
They
But
talk about
Tank has fought
he
people
dressed
that
like.
have lost. So what we talking about here?
I
Wait,
feel
can
that though.
somebody?
I don't be on a big
Barrios,
Tank. I,
Barrios
Hold on one
almost got
second.
a.
One second. One second. What about the whole Devin Haney can't wear shades? He can't wear chains. Get tattoos like Tank. What about that energy? I know y'all
Man, what
see
type
that
of
shit.
shit is that where
I
niggas
know
is
y'all
like
see that shit.
Devin is trying to copy Tank. He copying another man cause what? They got the same fashion sense. Man, all these niggas wear that shit nowadays. It's
Niggas,
ridiculous.
niggas said Devin was copying somebody because he pushed what's his name,
Because he pushed
Lomachenko
over. They
or
said he
whatever.
Niggas,
yeah,
copied
niggas
people
Tank.
be
Yeah,
literally
saying
said
he
that
that.
shit
They said
copying
sometimes.
Devin
Tank
is the
clearly.
I
god.
be
Like,
reading
oh
Twitter.
my
What are y'all
god,
talking
what
about?
the fuck are we talking about?
Hey, that shit funny as hell. Though. Let's keep it a buck. It does happen in this sport, and they talk about his religion, talking about he fake. Look, he was eating bacon one time.
Hey, you know what? I heard them say the exact same thing about Evander Holyfield when he called himself a Christian and he
Oh,
made babies from women that want his wife. And Lennox Lewis went on a whole tirade before they fought, calling him a hypocrite. So I've seen that religion part happen in boxing. That ain't new.
And that was
That's old.
and that's called hate, not doubt.
Right, I agree. I said that
Let's
hate
get it on
is
record.
something old. I've seen that one before. That's what I was saying.
All
I've
right
seen
now.
it
Okay,
happen.
cool. I'm glad we
Can I
got that
speak?
cleared the fuck up.
Can I speak now? Can the
yeah,
dripper the
go
Who?
one that
ahead.
spoke on the
Man.
doubt in the first place? Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead. Chop it up.
All right, real quick. So the doubt comes from this, right? Before the Loma fight, you was looking for Loma. Haney and Tank wasn't speaking on each other's names because everybody was hunting for Loma. Tank didn't want to fight Loma. Everybody knew that was overstood. He get the fight eventually, right? He goes through Cambosis. That's overstood. You can't fight nobody. You just signed a contract for 2 fights. This shit is overstood with everybody. Everybody knows this. It gets out the way. You get past Loma. It's controversial. Motherfuckers talking about rematch. Fuck all that. Tank is up next. That's what everybody who wants to see the fight is saying, right? Okay. Why not say I'm Devin Haney? Why not say, hey, PBC, I want to sign a 1-fight deal, maybe 2, probably not even 2, just 1. Say if I'm Haney, I want to fight a 1-fight deal. Why? Because if I beat this nigga, I'm not trying to rematch. I'm trying to move on. I beat him. But maybe a 2, because if I lose, I want a rematch. Who knows? But you haven't talked to nobody in PBC about this yet. You publicly told everybody that you didn't hit up fucking Eddie Hearn
and talking about 140 in pro grade. That's where the doubt comes from. You did all this talking about you gonna do this to him and you gonna whoop him and this and that, but now it's time to fight, and you're talking about fighting someone else.
Oh,
These
for
are two
sure.
niggas that's been calling you out. Not Haney. Haney's been called out by Javante Davis recently, and he's been called out by Shakur Stevenson. Not them
Same
two.
can be said about
Regis
this
has
guy.
not spoke on Haney at all because he's focused on belt at 140
Now
Well,
he is
Regis has
spoke
spoken on
on
Haney.
Haney
That's not correct
recently
multiple
information.
times
since
before
he's
the fight
become a
was even
champ.
talked about.
But one thing I will say though, one thing I will ask is that Tank
Okay.
called for the winner of Haney versus Kambosos and then subsequently scheduled 2 fights back to back. What was that?
Stay busy fights. Do you not
Okay,
see the time span? And
that's
everybody knew
perfectly
Loma was next. Everybody
that
knew
for
Loma was next, bro.
no,
So we're not
everybody
gonna do
didn't
this.
know Loma was next. That's something nice that you can say, but no, everybody did not know Lomachenko was next. That's not actually
After
what the case
Cambosis,
was.
that was
Additionally,
way overstood.
no, that was an
It even
assumption.
got
It's
to the
kind of
point where people were saying it was a 3-fight deal. I thought it was a 3-fight deal because everybody knew Lomachenko was next.
that's because you're operating on incorrect information because you keep saying everybody. That's exactly why you
You
got
saying
fooled
it's
into thinking it was a
incorrect, but
three
it's
fight
fucking
deal.
factual.
But
Lomachenko was literally after Cambosis, both fights. When
that's
the
what
fights
ended up
cleared up,
happening.
Loma
It's the
happened.
same. It's the same as how everybody was sure Terrence Crawford was going to happen and it wasn't going to happen. That's just something that's nice to say. But the reality is that even when Devin Haney was a free agent, this goes all the way back to Eddie Hearn. He said specifically he didn't sign Devin Haney so they couldn't use his agents, his lack of free agency as an excuse. It was still used as an excuse, even though it wasn't true. The same as what's happening now.
But Eddie Hearn don't want to work with PBC. That was overstood. So you could say it wasn't an excuse,
Do
but
you see what you
it was
just did?
literally it was some
Haney
who.
was a free agent.
But
Haney
he
was a
was
free agent.
over.
Eddie Hearn was
He
not
was
going to be
over Eddie
involved.
Hearn.
Eddie Hearn was not going to be involved. He's a free agent. If Eddie Hearn involved with the Cambosis fights? No, because he was a free agent.
Right. He had to leave Eddie Hearn to go finally get a fight for a title.
Exactly. The
But
same
under
thing will
Eddie
happen
Hearn, working
again.
with Eddie Hearn, he was not getting any fucking fights he even wanted. Like that was overstood. Everybody seen
But
that shit.
my point is that he was a free agent at the
Okay,
time.
but hold on, Beehive.
And Ryan Garcia
We're
was
both
not a free
hold
agent at
on,
the time.
Beehive. Weren't we both talking shit about Terrence Crawford because once he finished up with Eddie, I mean with Bob Arum, he said he was gonna go fight Spence, but instead he went over here and fought somebody the fuck else. Wasn't we both talking about him
Absolutely.
for that shit?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if Devin Haney, who said he was gonna whoop Tank and do this to Tank, gets out of contract and instead of goes and makes sure that he gets that Tank fight done like he did, he took pennies to go fight Cambosis. So
Was
I'm
Tank
not saying take pennies to fight
Haney
with
offered a
Tank.
fight though?
I'm
Was
not
Haney
saying
offered a
take
fight
pennies to
though?
fight Tank, but I'm saying he got out of this fight and now
Was
he's
Haney
talking to
offered
Eddie
a fight
Hearn.
though?
Now he's talking to Eddie Hearn about a 140 fight with somebody who
Was
don't want to
Haney
fight him.
offered a fight though? Terrence
So
Crawford was offered a fight and he turned it down. Was Haney offered one?
I don't know. Probably not.
Right,
More than
he
likely
wasn't.
not.
Okay,
More than likely not.
my point. That's
But
all I'm trying to say.
did
That's all I'm
Tank
trying to
Post
say.
not just say we want Haney next?
Then when they send some paperwork and then Haney turns it down, then he gonna earn all the bullshit he getting right now. But until that time, this is all just hearsay. But like I said, we can go back and forth about the fucking
Why
timeline,
is
whatever,
Like
whatever.
I've been saying,
but D-Hop,
and I
you know
respect
I'm
it
trying to
because
figure out
I've been
why
known
is
for
Cruz
years.
an
Me
option?
personally, I've been known he don't want that real smoke. I think he needs to go up to 40 and try to drag Tank to 40. That's what I believe. Why? Because Devin Haney at 135 is losing power, so he's not going to be able to stand in front of Javante
You're
Davis,
saying
bro.
that the guy that's fighting people better than Tank's ever fought doesn't want any legitimate
And
smoke,
ain't none of them people that Haney fought is better than
while also he's
Javante
never
Davis
received the
or more
contract.
dangerous than
All
Javante
the
Davis.
reasons that Leonard Ellerby said a Tank fight was impossible were debunked with Ryan. So you've already explained to everyone that you're okay with being lied to because all the reasons he's on the zone, he's not a free agent. Well,
You
Ryan
talking
was
about
not a free
Leonard Ellerby?
agent.
He left
Ryan
Leonard
was not
Ellerby
a
and
free
said, I'm finna
agent.
go fight
Ryan
Ryan
fought on the
Garcia.
zone, and none of those reasons mattered for Ryan. So they shouldn't matter for Haney now, especially now that he's a free agent again.
Oh, D Hive, let me say this too, bro. And I wanted to get this off. And this is in regards to Calvin Ford, uh, Leonard Ellerby, and even Floyd Mayweather, man. None of them guys have nothing to do with Tank Davis' career. None of them. Put it all on the back of what Tank Davis or maybe Al Heyman says. None of them guys. Like I hear Calvin talking, yet like if y'all really knew the real, y'all know that that guy has absolutely no say. And like I said on a tweet, so much so that every 3-4 fights, Tank might go to Kevin Cunningham. He done did it a couple times and went to Barry Hunter. So why would
Right.
anybody listen to a guy? Tank done did it 3 or 4 times, so he
Well,
has no
Julius,
say. Leonard Johnson
Julius,
has no say. So
Julius,
put it
I
on
said,
Tank and put it on
Ju-
Al Haymon. I'm
Julius,
just saying.
I said what I said because I knew Ellerby was lying at the time. But
Of
people
course,
took
he
what
don't have no say.
people took what Ellerby had to say and translated that into, well, don't nobody really want no smoke with Tank because he a bad motherfucker. Like people
Yeah, them,
did all that. I knew
yeah, them
Ellerby was
people.
lying at the time, and
Right.
I knew what
I
you're saying
understand.
now to be true, Julius. But people took that and they're repeating the same shit that they're saying now. Well, he don't want no smoke. He always running. He been running. He on the zone. He can't make no
I
sense. Like
don't.
it's all the same
Okay,
bullshit.
well, he wanted smoke with Cambosis and went over there to Australia. Damn near was finna go over there without his daddy and took pennies. Took pennies for that fight. That's showing somebody you want to fight. Ryan Garcia damn near killed himself. Why? Because he wanted to fight with Tank.
Because they were both
Well,
offered
Contract.
contracts.
Haney's
fine.
not being
Well,
a
hold.
fucking offered a
Well,
You
well,
think
contract.
hold.
Haney ain't
Well,
gonna
hold
He
offer?
on.
hasn't
Think
been
Tank ain't
offered
gonna
jack
offer that man a
shit.
contract? Stop it.
Yeah, hold on, good brother. I'm not gonna roll with the Ryan Garcia almost killed himself to make 136, because I didn't see him take a fight at 136 and 138 and stuff like that. Now
Ryan
that's
came
up to
from
him and his
130.
diet.
He started out his
You know
career
what
at
I'm saying?
130.
Tank Davis is a guy that has problems with making weight. He be real heavy. As a matter of fact, about 3-4 weeks before the fight, he looked like he still had a little stomach. So nah, I ain't gonna roll with that. Ryan almost killed himself. I think that Devin Haney loved those titles, and he loved them a little more than what I like titles. I'm not crazy about belts. I think that these guys should fight, even if it's at 140, even if it's a non-title fight. But I know that I'm in the
Now,
minority on that.
now
I know
all
I'm
of a
in the
sudden belts
minority of
matter.
that.
Belts matter now.
I ain't
Yeah, I
never
got
said
you.
bells matter, so
I
we're
got
not finna
you.
sit up and do that. I'm just saying Devin
Now
Haney
all
wanted
of a
that
sudden
fucking
belts
fight.
fucking matter off.
When Devin wanted that, that's why I spoke on the belts.
You
I'm not
think
gonna sit
if
up and
y'all
act
think
like
Tank
I
will
said
fight
Tank just
Dev
need
at
the belts or
140, you
something. No.
crazy.
Haney wanted that fight, so he went and fought. He went and did whatever he needed to do to get the fight he
Haney
wanted.
took what was offered, just like Ryan.
All right. So I
I hear you.
okay.
Simple as that.
I
Let
hear
my
you.
dude Dirk chop in. Tune in real quick.
Hey, hey, okay. So D Hive and Art Man,
Yeah.
I told y'all Lomachenko was a bad matchup for Devin Haney. Did I not say that?
Wait, who is this?
It's
This is
Dirk.
Dirk Banks.
Oh, it's Dirk. Oh, what's up, bro?
Whatever, brother. So look, I told y'all that was gonna be a tough matchup, and I do think Devin won the fight 7-5. I don't think it was a robbery like some people were saying, but that's a whole different topic. As
Right.
far as Tank Davis, I think Tank. Look, Tank presents some similar problems. Bro. He's a southpaw. I think Tank will stop Devin Haney. I'm gonna be real with you.
And that's
You better
cool.
off with it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and my prediction was what? Haney is gonna win this in a split decision by the skin of his ass. He got a
Hmm.
UD, but we all know that it was by the skin of his ass. And let me just say this: if Tank knocks Devin Haney out, great. That's not going to change anything about my life. My point is, I would like to see the fight. I'm not advocating for Devin Haney to fight Tank because I think Devin Haney will watch him. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. No, I'm advocating because they're the two best lightweights right now while they're both still at lightweight, and it's a fight that's long overdue, kind of like Spence Crawford. You think if Crawford goes and knocks Spence out, I'm going to cry myself to fucking sleep? No, I'm be like, damn, Crawford got his ass. Well, on to the next one. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, let Devin get knocked out then.
Yeah,
Let him get knocked out. Like, that's
D-High,
it.
my man, man. D-High,
yeah.
Like,
my man. Hey, I'm
yeah.
gonna say this, man. I'm talking about it. I'm just talking technical. Technical. If I'm Devin Haney, I probably wouldn't fight southpaws. But that was me if I was part of his brain trust. Because the shoulder roll, and if you look at Floyd Mayweather fights against Chop Chop Corley, Zab Judah, it was a reason that Floyd didn't fight Stevie Johnston and even Casamayor. He might have won them fights, but they would have been much, much harder. I don't like Devin fighting Shakur. I think that's a bad matchup. It doesn't mean that Devin can't have a greater career though. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, it
And
does.
that's all I'm
No,
saying is that I think
Dev,
that people shouldn't get upset at
Stay
people
away from that
picking
man,
fights.
D Hive.
No,
I would
Go
stay.
Haney
ahead,
need.
Julius. My bad.
I personally would stay away. I'm talking about technical. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about who's better. I'm just saying from a technical. Just like if I was Deontay Wilder, I had said this before. I wouldn't have just thrown him in with Tyson Fury. But you know what I'm
But
saying?
brother
It's just a
Julius,
bad
my
matchup.
thing is, if that's
Yeah,
true, right? If you want to keep
right.
him away, why is it that that fighter is actually pushing for the fight when the other
Because
side
that's
is
what you're
represented?
supposed to do as a competitor.
No,
It's
the other
all this
side
is a
hold
sport,
on, hold
though,
on. The
bro.
other side is saying, nah, we not pushing for that. Why is that?
Well, who's the other side that said he's not
I'm
pushing for?
saying Javante Davis team, they're sounding like they want to push for Cruz.
Again, I told you, bro. Calvin Ford, and all them, they have absolutely no say. Like if you say Devin and Bill, I go with you because Bill got say in Devin career, but those guys have no say. If Tank don't fight a guy, it ain't because his brain trust didn't want him. It's
So
because Tank
if
didn't
you're a
want to
tank,
take that fight.
what would you do right now?
When
If
I
I was
said that,
Tank,
they called me
I
a
would
hater.
fight.
That's
If I
crazy.
was look, if I was Tank, I would fight or try to fight Devin Haney, or I would try to move up and fight Matisse. That's what I would do.
Okay,
Yep.
y'all keep playing
Like
with
that.
Matia's name. Okay.
Man, let me tell you something, man. Matias
All
ain't no
right.
biggie, man. He's a punching bag. These
I didn't
I
I
think
didn't I didn't say he
y'all
was a
scared. Why
boogeyman,
are you
but
guys
he's
scared
not
to
a.
fight him, man? He a punching bag.
I didn't say he was a boogeyman, but he's not a soft
Yeah.
target either.
Tank can
Bro,
outbox that
he's a
nigga.
punching bag.
All right,
But he
all
caught
He's
a
a
right,
body though.
punching
That's why
bag.
niggas is looking
okay.
because he caught a
I'm
body
just saying.
in the
One
ring.
fight, and I'm talking about even when he
He's a
killed
good
the guy.
fighter. I'm just saying.
All right.
He's
Hey,
skilled.
you know,
I think he's just regular. He punch a little bit, but he ain't a one punch guy.
I
I'm
mean,
just saying.
uh,
you gotta think
He
about it,
can't
Julius.
jab. I mean, what?
His punching laid a man to rest.
He's not a
like
one
I
punch
said,
knockout artist. He's a
everybody
heavy
thinks
handed
no.
fighter.
He's knocked some people. He's knocked some people out with one punch before.
Hey,
Yeah,
on the
he
real
has, but
though.
he's not. I would consider Tank Davis more of a one punch knockout guy. Matisse
Yeah,
is a
I
guy that
agree.
is a plunger.
Okay,
He's a guy
He
that
kind of
I,
break
I
you
wanted
down a
to
little
ask you a
bit.
question,
yeah,
brother
he
Julius.
breaks you down, but he breaks you down without a jab. That's why that guy that was 15-4 or whatever was able to
Yeah,
beat him up.
yeah.
And he
Go
knocked him
ahead,
down.
Art.
He's a
Yeah, I
punching
want to ask
Oh,
you a
bag.
my
question,
bad.
Julius. Do you
Yeah,
okay? Now you said that Calvin doesn't have much say. Do you
none.
see Tank giving Haney the same energy he gave for Ryan to push for that fight?
I don't know. If he don't, it's on him. It's all because of him.
I'm saying,
And if he
do
do
you
show
see
the
it
energy,
though?
that's what I'm saying.
So
If he
if the
doesn't show
fight
the
doesn't play
energy, blame him.
if the fight doesn't play out, it's because of Tank, not Haney. That's how you see it.
No, you got to understand, Art man. Now that we're here, now that we're here after all the bullshit done finally settled, and Haney's weight problems are more apparent. Now Haney is ducking Tank, and even though the same people that made fun of him said first they said he needed to just drop the belt if Cambosos was going to duck and move up to 140. Then after the shitty weigh-in photos came, now they're saying he needs to move up to 140 again. However, you got to live with the title that you duck the smoke forever if you go to 140 like we told you to do, not once but twice. Meanwhile, Ryan went to 140, and that motherfucker was rewarded with the very fight we talking about. So the shit is all just hilarious to me. It really
Hey,
is.
hey, I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. I'm gonna be real with y'all. What he needs to do is rematch Lomachenko because, bro, you
Nah,
cannot.
fuck Lomachenko.
Right. Fuck
No. The reason I'm
Lomachenko.
saying this,
Fuck
bro.
Lomachenko.
No, the reason I'm saying this, bro. You cannot allow this man to have this moral victory because it's niggas is telling him he won the fight. Like, and you can say, well, that shit
But he
don't matter,
knows he
but
didn't win the fight. That's why he crying on stage.
uh,
Loma,
And he's
dude,
talking about some
no,
damn I
bro.
let off
He
the gas.
legit he legit
Lomachenko.
feel he won that fight, bro. You gotta beat that shit out of him and
No,
show him, bro, you
If
not
Lomachenko.
that's
better than
if
me.
that's the case,
Lomachenko
if
gets a
that's the
moral
case, Errol
victory no
Spence got to
matter
run it
how he
back.
loses.
If that's the case, Errol Spence got to
Lomachenko
run
gets
it
a
back.
moral victory no matter how he actually loses the fight. It doesn't matter what happens. Haney could have knocked him out in the first round. Lomachenko would still get a moral
No,
victory for
I don't
being
think he
old.
would, bro. He would have no
For
choice. You gotta beat it
for
out of him, bro.
No, it doesn't matter. They're gonna praise Lomachenko regardless. Tiafimo beat this motherfucker clean, and they were entertaining that maybe Bob set him up. Maybe it was an inside job.
Yeah,
Like,
but
bro, it doesn't matter.
the excuse for that one was different. He was saying he was injured. For this one, he legit thinks he won the fight.
Salido, he said he won all of them. He said he beat Salido and Tiafimo before, dog. Salido, he said he won, but the judges counted low blows as body work. It's the same shit.
I guess, bro. But not only that, it kind of makes business sense. Let's be real. The
No,
second
fuck,
fight rematch would do numbers.
fuck,
Niggas want to see you lose to this man. So like, you should.
fuck that. And also, I don't agree with what Julius said about him staying away from these people. If Haney is really the fighter he believes he is,
No,
he'll
no,
make
no,
the
no.
necessary. He'll
I
make the
said
necessary
that. I
adjustments
said
every
that
time, or
he
he'll
should
No,
lose.
stay
push
away from
for it.
Shakur. He'll whoop your ass.
I said
No,
that
Don't do
whatever.
he
that.
can
Damn
put.
that.
Hold on a second, D. Let me say this. I'm saying that he should push for them fights as a competitor. It's only a sport. See, the thing that I said is Floyd Mayweather got guys thinking that a loss really means something. I mean, look, Ray Leonard lost to Duran but had a better career and came back and beat him. You can beat people that's a bad matchup. I'm saying that sometimes guys that control their careers keep them away from guys because technically it's a bad fight. He should push for it. They both young. Why not fight in their prime? Guess what
Right,
though? Zab Judah was a bad matchup for Mayweather. He still beat Zab Judah, right? Even though
right.
legitimately, to me, Zab Judah actually put him down. And again, D Hive, you weren't up here when I said it. I want to see more Black Americans fight Black Americans because you get the best matchups. You know, for years, people talked about Mayweather beating up all these guys, but every time he fought a black guy, there was drama in the fight. Even when he fought Augustus with 15 losses, that's what I want to see guys like Shakur, Tank, and Devin do. Fight Black Americans, because I guarantee you, if they fight them, we're gonna see them get beat sometimes. They're gonna lose some nights. Trust me, man. If you fight
And
enough
that's
black fighters, I don't care how great you is, you're gonna take a loss. Even
and
even as a
that's
great fighter.
and that's cool, and that's great. That's what we're here to find out. So if Haney doesn't make the
Exactly.
necessary adjustments and he gets his ass beat, that is his fate. So be
That's
it.
his fate.
You'll never hear me say, "Oh well, you the fight is
But
pointless because they'll
but
automatically
I'm
watch."
not
Like,
just talking
no,
about Devin though. I'm not just talking about Devin. I also be talking about Tank Davis and Shakur. We got enough black talent out here to fight them. Instead, I don't want to see them fight Jor Cadena. I don't want to see them fight um Ryan Garcia all the time. I don't want to see him fighting Jojo Diaz, like Garcia's, Hernandez, go on and on, Cruz, Santa Cruz. I'm sick of hearing those last names when you got other black guys starving to get a fight, and black fighters won't even give them an opportunity.
shit. Haney should go up and fucking fight Sims and shit.
I'm just,
That'd be a
I'm
good ass
just,
fight.
I'm just speaking the truth that these
Yeah,
guys, and
Haney
I'm
getting
gonna
some
call
deep
it what
shit
I
now.
call it.
Yeah, 'cause
That's a
jumping in
form of
Regis
tuning, man.
is
That's a
suicide.
form of tuning. Man, he
You
can
keep
whoop Regis.
saying
He
you
can
keep
beat
saying
Regis.
suicide, bro. Like, take it
You think
easy.
he can beat Regis?
I
Yes.
do,
Regis
sir.
is flat footed. I think
Bro,
Regis
this
is
man
ordinary,
struggles with
bro.
southpaws. How many times we gotta say it? And you just gonna go
Yeah,
straight
he
to the
got,
new division against a
yeah.
power puncher southpaw?
Bro,
Like
that's
I
cool,
said,
but
that's an
look at the
acceptable
southpaws
loss.
he's fighting
That's a
though.
loss.
That's
Look,
You know,
look,
it
crazy,
look.
don't
dude. You
mean
gotta at least
He
start.
anything.
has
It's
All
like,
right.
oh, it's
he has
Regis.
limited southpaw experience, and look at the southpaws he's fighting. They're either former individual champion or former unified champions that have a lot of experience themselves. These aren't just bozos.
These fights are Yeah. only gonna make
Okay.
Dev better.
But the thing is,
Shakur
Dirk,
and Tank ain't
Dirk,
fighting
if
nobody.
if
Devin is fighting the tough competition. That's gonna
but Dirk
sharpen
also
iron sharpens iron.
But Dirk,
We'll
also look at
see.
what you're saying. If Haney moved his career the way you think he should, y'all would shit on him even harder. Y'all be like, look at that pussy ass nigga. He don't want to fight nobody. He's scared he gonna get his ass whooped by some southpaw. Like, bro, even Regis himself said he was tired of southpaws because of his Josh Taylor experience, which is whatever. Because southpaws are just there's not that many of them, so it's very
Hey
difficult,
man.
especially when they're elite fighters.
Hey D Hive, another ordinary fighter. Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis.
Oh.
I
Ordinary
don't.
fighters.
I don't think that they're
Ordinary.
necessarily ordinary. I think they're a little bit above that, but you know,
Yeah,
Ordinary.
they good. They
Regular.
not great.
Them niggas is not ordinary. Come on,
They're
Julius.
regular, brother.
I,
Dirk,
They
you my
not
man.
very
Is it
good,
Dirk?
but
Dirk, this you
Yeah,
talking,
yeah.
right? Dirk, come on, man. These guys ain't got no elite wins. Listen, I'm just saying, all those guys that we talking about, Regis Progrades and Josh Taylor, both has had opportunities to go to 47, especially Regis. He didn't have a belt. Regis
that's
didn't have a title. He had
you not lying,
opportunities to fight
Julius.
Terrence Crawford. He had opportunities to fight lower level welterweights and junior welterweights. He decided not to. He's trying to take the road of least resistance.
But that's another
That's
reason why we
that's
don't get big
that's
fights
for a
right there.
reason.
That's why we
That's
don't get big
for a
fights.
reason too. I'm just
Did,
being honest.
did y'all
Regis
just
don't
hear what
want
he
to fight
said though?
nobody.
He just said Josh Taylor and Regis Prograde they ordinary because they don't got
They're
no big
regular.
fight. They don't got no big wins. They are the
I
big
don't know,
wins.
and technically, I don't think they're that good. It ain't just because of big wins, brother. I don't like
When
them
one A and
technically.
one B fight and it's a good fight, we call it
No,
robbery, we
no, no,
call it
no, no,
murder, we
no.
call it
I'm
all
not
this
talking
shit.
about them fighting each other. I'm just saying, in my boxing eye, which means nothing to nobody but me. I
But
think they're
imagine
ordinary
if they didn't
fighters
fight each other.
watching them being technical. I think
Imagine
that
if
they're
they didn't fight
technically
each other.
flawed. Huh?
well, I mean,
Well,
I'm
just like
yeah,
you think they're
I'm a
technically flawed,
disagree.
Devin Haney
Uh-huh.
is just as technically flawed to me.
And
He,
Gervonta
Oh,
Davis, and I'm a
he,
fan of him. He's also technically flawed. He
well,
I
Yes,
barely.
agree.
everybody got flaws,
I
but I
absolutely
mean,
agree.
we can
but
we
the
can get that
difference with
all
that
day.
is Tank has
I agree.
that one hitter quitter that he
That's
can
why I
bail
said
him
he just
out.
hit hard as
Devin
a
does not.
motherfucker.
I agree. I agree. I do think that Tank got better boxing IQ though than
Yeah,
Regis and Josh Taylor. Those guys just run
Well,
in.
yeah,
They
that's
run in
true.
and
I
head
mean,
Devin.
first.
I don't think I don't.
I
Yeah, I
think
mean
that Devin
that's true. I don't think we need
that
to. You know,
one of Devin issues is Devin don't really sit down on shots the way he should. Now I do like that he when he fought Loma that he went to the body a little bit more. I like that. But yeah, I mean, but you know what I'm saying? People call me old school though,
Hey,
so
hey,
I get it, man.
hey,
I get
what
it,
did this fight show y'all? I told y'all this is what happens when you don't have an inside game. And I
man.
Derek,
know
you
Devin
say
Haney
the
has
same
no
thing about
inside game, bro.
everybody though. Every fighter you don't like, you say they have no inside game. You said
No,
Jamel
not
Charlo has
everyone,
no inside game.
just Devin
You
Haney.
said that? That's crazy.
Dude, Dirk, no. Dirk said that Jamel fucking Charlo has
No,
no
Dirk, that's
inside game,
He
crazy
dog.
as
don't.
hell,
He
man.
don't.
Jamel Charlo.
Look at him.
Boy, you
Look
Are you
fucking
at him.
crazy.
serious?
You
You
fucking
I
said
like
crazy.
Jamel,
Jamel
but he
Charlo
don't,
got
bro.
no
Emiliano
inside game.
Castano? What?
No, he
No
do not
fuck.
have an inside game, bro.
That's
Bro,
Just
crazy.
like when it comes to
it's
inside
literally a
game
clip
analysis, I
See,
can't take
look,
you
a
serious. You
lot of
said
niggas don't know
Jamel
what an
Charlo
inside
has no
game is. They
inside
really
game.
You
don't.
gonna say
I'm not
that?
trying to disrespect y'all, but y'all don't know what an inside game is.
bro.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Dirk,
Y'all
what is
think
inside game
niggas going
mean?
to the body
No,
or
staying in the pocket is the
is
inside
or
game.
it okay,
Staying in
Dirk,
the
but you gotta know
pocket
what
is
you're
I
doing in the
regret
pocket. You can't
stopping.
just be in the pocket. You gotta know what you're doing in there.
Yeah,
Dirk,
being
I regret
successful in
you
the pocket is having great inside game. Whether
No,
you
Dirk,
get it in or
I
not.
regret to
stop it.
inform you. I regret to inform you that anything inside your opponent's jab is inside, my friend. That's
Okay, I mean,
inside.
like you.
And
That's
Jamel
like
Charlo
saying
excels on the inside. He do.
that's that's like saying you talk to the girl and you ask for her number, so therefore you got the number. No, nigga, did she actually give you? I don't even.
What
That's a
the
horrible
fuck?
analogy,
Horrible
but
example.
like
That's crazy.
What was
I don't know,
that?
bro. I don't know
What
where I was
was
going with
that
that
about,
one,
dog?
Nah, let's
bro,
be
look.
real. Okay,
Them
Let
who
me.
you
boxers.
Let me
who you think got a good inside game, boy?
did you ask me who do I think has an inside game?
Yeah.
Stephen Fulton, Earl
Okay.
Spence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They know what they're doing on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Who
And
else? Let's
Stephen Fulton,
see. Oh
I'll
yeah,
slightly disagree
that
on
kid.
Fulton.
It's a kid at 126. Shushu.
Yeah.
Oh
Shushu
yeah, Bruce.
Carrington.
Yeah,
That
Bruce
He
he
ain't
Carrington.
balls
hard
on
on
the
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
inside.
shit. Yeah, he
yeah, he
nice
can
on the
fight on the
inside.
inside.
Yeah,
Fulton, I'm gonna kind
like
of disagree a little bit because Fulton takes a lot of hits on the inside, man.
Shakur's a good inside fighter.
yes, he
Shakur's
is.
a because he
Shakur can stay
pivots.
in front of you. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
the
he can
hell he's
stand in
not.
front of you out running.
That's
Yeah,
not on the inside though. He just know his range.
he
Yeah,
got
But
I
that's
he
don't.
part of
be on
being
the
able to
outside.
fight
Is
on
the
the
inside not
inside.
part of
It's not
range? Like,
Nah,
suffocating
but I'm
yourself.
saying he be as close as he can be from the outside. Like he know how to stay right
Shakur,
away from
okay,
somebody
okay.
Shakur,
without running.
Shakur
Go
knows
ahead,
how to
D-Hop.
exit the inside very well. He knows how to exit, but he can't hang in there. Especially,
No, I can't.
especially if he's with like a dedicated puncher, like a Tanga. I mean, he said it. He admitted he couldn't hang inside with Nakatila too long. So I mean, come on now.
You know
Hey,
Okay,
what?
let me
but
say
see,
let
look,
me say this,
Shakur.
D-Hive,
Hey,
about
hold
fighting
on.
on the inside, and this is real talk
I
about
want to say,
fighting.
I want to say something about Shakur. Have y'all? It's just, or do I feel like Shakur would have a fight with Lomachenko too? Because he usually fight at his own pace. I've never seen him that tries to up it much. You know what I'm saying? Tell me if I'm
All right,
wrong.
man.
hold on, man. Can you
All right,
repeat
man.
what you said?
Shakur,
Because you were breaking up a little bit.
I thought it was my
Shakur
phone.
beats everybody because sparring.
Can you hear me?
No, no, D-Hop, that's not the case.
Can y'all hear me?
Shakur beats most of these niggas at 135. Tank is the only one that might be difficult because he's a complete fighter. It's just that
He not
simple.
gonna he not gonna beat Tank.
I'm gonna respectfully say this, and I'm a Shakur fan. That nigga waited. He I ain't gonna say he aged Haney out, but I think like however you say that about a nigga size, like he waited till he was too small. I mean, too big for 135.
Man,
He
Of
could
bro,
have been
course,
at
niggas
35.
say that shit,
Shakur
bro.
big
of
as
No
course.
fuck.
version.
I don't know
Look,
how he was
I
making
hate to break it to you
26.
niggas, but no
He lost.
version of Devin Haney will ever beat Shakur Stevenson.
He
Crazy. That's
lost his
crazy.
belts. He lost his belts
Crazy.
on purpose because he could have used the WBO to challenge Haney directly, but instead he fought a guy who his leftovers beat. I mean, we know the play. We've been watching boxing long enough. We know how top rank
Yeah, like
marketing do.
Shakur
They
did
they
that
they
shit.
want to create dudes like Dirk to be like, oh, he's unbeatable until he fucking loses.
He's not nobody's
Hey, he is.
unbeatable, but he
Hey,
damn sure
he
not
is
lose to Devin
unbeatable
Haney.
online
Man,
though.
y'all
It
treat
sounds
Shakur
good.
like y'all treat that
Hey,
nigga
I want
Bud.
to see Shakur and Haney fight at 40 or 47. I ain't gonna hold you.
Bro, and let's be real, fellas. When they if they do fight each other, it's gonna come down to who's got more boxing skills, and it damn sure ain't Devin Haney. So
Uh huh.
let's look at it this way. There's two ways. There's two ways you could beat Shakur. Either you knock him out, hurt him some type of way.
You hurt him to the
That's not gonna
body.
happen.
You hurt him
He
to the
gonna
Mister,
hurt
I
to the
body.
can't
body.
crack an egg is not finna hurt Shakur Stevenson.
You hurt Shakur
You're
to the
Um,
talking
body.
about Shakur Stevenson.
and you're
What
not gonna
power does
outskill
he
him. So
have?
what you got? Go ahead.
Bro,
What
Shakur
Man,
power
to
man,
does
the
we talking
Shakur
body.
about
Stevenson
Shakur getting
have?
battle tested.
No,
Shakur
I'm
said
not
he fought
saying he
what
got power. He
Oscar
got more
Valdez
pop
hurt
than
him to the
Devin though.
body.
But what I'm saying is
How
you're
do
not
you
gonna
know
hurt him.
this?
So
Oscar
what you gonna
Valdez
do?
hurt him.
Outskill
Don't
him?
Dev
No.
have more knockouts than Shakur does?
Oscar
Yeah,
Valdez hurt him.
Well, he got about 30 more fights.
10 more
10.
fights.
Dirk, don't be crazy. 10.
I know, I know. Also, he let's not act like he didn't fight a bunch of niggas from Tijuana cab drivers.
All right, well, let's compare that to Shakur's
So
resume added up to date. We got at
I think Haney
135.
Damn,
could
We
hurt
bro,
got
they
Shakur to
they
the
Yoshi.
moved him a
body.
little
We
bit
got
faster than
Yoshi
Devin
from
did.
Mario Kart. We got Yoshi from Mario Kart. We got Conceição. We got Valdez. And if you want to count Joet Gonzalez, I guess. Well, come on, bro. Like, come on now.
Look,
Don't forget the vet.
the same
Don't
way I
forget the
called
vet.
that Lomachenko was gonna be a hard ass fight for Devin Haney. I'm gonna call it right now. If Devin Haney fights Shakur Stevenson, we can put money on it, D Hive, whatever you want. He gonna get washed.
All right,
It's not gonna be
sounds great.
competitive.
You don't
We
have
can
to
I
put
see
can't.
that,
whatever
I
man.
you want
can't
to put
wait.
on it. We could put on it. He will get
My whole
washed.
thing is that you crowning Shakur based off of what? Who the fuck is he fought? He ain't
Skills,
fought
bro. Look,
nobody.
Nothing.
and I'm not. I don't.
ESPN marketing.
It's not about no
That's
damn
all.
ESPN marketing.
That
He
is
got a better
ESPN
skill set
marketing,
than
bro.
him.
He getting marketed
That's
just like
based off
Bud.
what? Based
And
off what?
another reason
Yeah,
is
Bud,
because I
man.
watched the
Shakur,
JoJo
he's
Diaz
selling the
fight.
Bud Lights, man. Them
I
niggas are
watched
Bud
fucking
Lights.
JoJo Diaz take Devin Haney's jab away and closes this like in the second round. If that nigga can do that, you best believe Tank Davis can do that. Shakur Stevenson can do that. He's got
But we
no
gotta see
inside
the
game
fights though. We
whatsoever.
gotta get to those fights, man. We can't just
You
get up here
you
and
keep
say
you
this and this and that.
you
Nah,
keep
it ain't
saying
no damn
this, but it
50-50.
keeps finding a way to win. You said he was only a jab, but then he wins using things that are other than his jab. So like, okay, if he's such trash, somebody got to take him out.
Nobody
I
said he
mean,
was trash,
somebody
bro.
technically almost did.
Who almost took him out? Who got close?
Lomachenko.
Lomachenko didn't take nothing out. He couldn't stop him. He
You
couldn't even
just said
drop
who
him.
got close. I gave you an answer.
He didn't get close to taking him out.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
That wasn't no wash by Devin Haney, and I thought he won, but that wasn't no wash.
He couldn't even drop Devin Haney. He didn't get close to taking him out.
He hurt him like twice in two
For
different
sure.
rounds.
For sure. Absolutely. But he didn't even drop him. Couldn't even get him off his feet. What are we talking about here?
Well, okay, but we're not gonna pretend like Devin didn't say I'm better than this nigga at everything. I'm stronger, I'm faster. I'm the best fighter in the world. All that he said, all that shit. You old, you washed up. I'm gonna expose you. I'm make you look like an amateur. And he didn't do none of that. Let's be
Right?
real.
I
So
mean,
like
well,
you,
you beat him
yeah,
though.
yeah. So if you feel that way about do you think Devin still feels that way that he's the best fighter in the world?
I hope so, because that's
Yeah.
what you're supposed to say.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
all I'm
what
saying
do you
is
want me to
because
say? I
I
suck
peep
ass
his
because
tweets.
I had a close fight with a good fighter. Like, I mean, what?
I peep his tweets. His energy is changing.
So
He
now,
peeped that from tweets.
so is he
Yeah.
ducking Sakura now, or is he ducking Tank, or is he ducking both?
Well, he liked the tweet by you that said that Shakur is a hater, and because he's a hater, he doesn't deserve a fight with me.
Wait, what the fuck? I never tweeted that.
Somebody wrote that. I forgot who it was, but
No, don't fucking
Shakur is
lie
acting like a
now.
jealous ass bitch for for for
Uh,
for how dare
y'all can
Shakur
Fuck,
challenge me
fuck
and
Shakur.
my throne? How dare he challenge the champion?
What?
Like the nerve of this
y'all
That
nigga.
can
sounds
search
crazy. Come on, there. That
y'all can
sounds
search my
crazy.
tweets
Oh,
right now. I
that's
ain't
what it
never
looked like.
tweeted no shit. I ain't never tweeted no shit that says any of that. Y'all can go search my page right now. That is some straight bullshit.
I
Dirk,
don't
you
know
my
if it
guy,
was
but
you,
I have
but
Hey,
somebody he
Dirk,
liked somebody's tweet that said some shit like that. That he
let me
Shakur is
say
I
being a
ain't
jealous ass
never
bitch, and he doesn't deserve a shot with Dev.
yeah, I
hey,
ain't never tweeted no shit like that. Hell no.
All I know
hey,
is if a
that's some
nigga
funny
gonna come
shit.
into my moment while I'm celebrating my championship and try to ruin that shit by walking in, bro, you
Man,
gotta
fuck
see me.
Shakur.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all say everything, but let's fight this nigga. Like if you
When have I
feel like
never
he's a
said?
fraud,
When have
he
I
ain't
ever
fight
said he
nobody.
shouldn't fight
Beat his
Dev, bro?
ass.
I
When have
agree.
I?
So
I
Dirk,
just
When have
think
I
that
ever
Dirk,
said
Tank and
Shakur
Haney
shouldn't
should be
fight Dev?
first, and then Shakur can fight fucking both of them, winner and loser.
Okay, all I'm saying, the
But
only
the
nigga
thing is that when
that's calling you out, and showing that energy is
He
Shakur.
could have fought instead of fighting Kasasia, he could have moved up because he knew he wasn't gonna make weight and fight Devin.
Yeah,
That's not true. He did
yeah.
not know that.
How did he
Yes, he
not know
did.
that? He's
He
a
only
champion.
he
He's
only
in Bud's camp. Bud's done
he
that shit
only didn't
multiple
know.
times.
He only didn't know after the weigh-in photos from the second Cambosis fight came back. I guarantee you, if Haney looked straight right then, he'd be at 130 right the fuck now.
So what are we
ooh,
saying? That Shakur was ducking Devin Haney?
Absolutely not. I'm saying he
Okay.
thinks that Haney is at his weakest right now, and this gives him the best opportunity for victory, which is fine. And let me tell you this: if Haney wants to risk his health and stay at 135 to fight one or both of them, I'm not gonna say no. Protect your health. I'm a fan. I'm gonna be like, nigga, do that shit then, nigga. And if Tank
He
want to
looked
offer you,
strong as shit against Lomachenko. That
and if,
wasn't because of no damn weight cut.
and if Tank wants to offer you 1575 and a donut for a fight, I'm gonna say take that shit. Just take it and fucking do it because with all due respect, Devin Haney got a team, Devin Haney got a dad, Devin Haney got an accountant. I'm none of those people. I just want to see niggas scrap. So if Tank offers you a fucked up deal where you got to go to Baltimore and it's, his cousins are the judges, I'm be like, take it, bruh. Just take it. And then if you really that guy, you will overcome. And if you're not, you will lose. And that's just life. We all got to lose
Okay,
some.
okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you still think Devin Haney is that guy?
yeah, I
What
do.
what you what you mean that
Both of
guy as
y'all
far as like
believe that? Okay.
The
beat
So
same way I
Shakur
felt,
and
the
Tank?
same way I felt before the fight is the same way I felt after the fight, but even more impressed because he did exactly what y'all thought he wasn't gonna do. Y'all said he was gonna go in there and try to out jab Lomachenko, but no, he went in there and worked that man body, touched him up, and he dug deep and won that
no,
fight. I
but
thought,
Art,
And also
I
one
look,
one
I
go
thought,
important
ahead.
I thought that Devin Haney was gonna go in there and stop him. Yeah, a lot of people like gonna be like, oh, I don't think how you could think that, but shit, I believed it for a second. I thought Lomachenko was a little too old and winded for to compete with that guy, but
So
he
if
made
you
it a
think he's
tough
too
fight, and
old,
it was a tough
isn't
fight.
it kind of a disappointing performance?
You
but
said
Dirk,
what?
how come you're not giving Haney
If
any
you believe
credit for
Loma's old,
neutralizing Lomachenko's famous angles? You're talking about how his inefficiencies in handling southpaws, but he neutralized one of Lomachenko's best assets.
yeah, I mean
You're not
even
gonna
Teofimo's retarded ass did that.
oh shit, so Haney don't get no
I'm just
credit for
saying,
neutralizing
like
angle.
that it's been done before. Even
Oh
Jermaine
shit.
Ortiz did it. Devin Haney, somebody of his skill set,
Jermaine
should be able to
Ortiz
do that.
Jermaine Ortiz did not do it, by the way. That's why he couldn't edge the fight. He did not do it at all,
Well,
especially toward the last four.
and Art, no, I knew that Devin had to push the issue against Lomachenko because that everybody that's had success against this nigga, that's what they've done. You can't sit on the back foot against Lomachenko and win. That's when Devin was getting pieced up when he tried to fight off the back foot. You got to push the issue. That's the only way to beat Lomachenko. So I'm not surprised that he had that game plan. He really
But you
had
know
no
what I'm
choice.
starting to notice too? A lot of
Hmm.
people are giving Devin Haney like critiquing his game and saying, "Oh, look how he looked," and then
Hmm.
say, "Oh, well, look at Javante against Ryan Garcia." I feel like that's not fair
Yeah,
because
it's
the level of
ridiculous.
competition is way different, man.
Yeah,
It's
I
way
agree with
different,
that.
bro.
I
It's
agree
like
with
three
that.
or four. It's Lomachenko is 3 or 4 levels removed from both fucking Tank and Haney's Tank and Shakur's best wins.
That may
Ryan
be
Garcia and
true.
Oscar Valdez.
That
Like,
may be true,
come
but you
on.
know who isn't? JoJo Diaz, and he kind of exposed some of those same weaknesses too.
Like
Well, it's
I
gonna be
said,
up to
that's
Tanky Shakur to capitalize on them weaknesses, man.
If that's the
Or he
case,
exactly
got to fight
because
him first.
if that's the
y'all make it
case,
seem like Haney makes no adjustments for these things. He upped his level of competition and still managed to win.
if that's the case, why was Tank getting touched up in that Barrios fight?
I mean, Tank always get touched up. He don't got no Floyd Miller type of defense, but it's one, it's hard to hurt Tank, and two, he gonna catch you eventually. So he got
But what if
like
he, like I asked Dripper, what if he don't? Then what?
Devin Haney. His defense is not good enough for him to go the whole fight untouched.
No,
Nobody
I'm
is,
saying
even
no. Look,
Floyd.
okay, no. This is what I asked. I asked my dude Dripper. I said, now, let's say Tank does hit motherfucking Haney, and Haney eats that shit flush. Then what?
No, ain't bro. He not
I
finna
don't
eat
Here's
no
want
my
to.
Tank
response. Hold on, let me
Yeah,
tell you what
Cadenas
my
flesh. Do you really
response
want to
was.
test
Here's
that
my
theory? Are
response.
you
This is
sure?
my response.
I don't want to see that shit.
What
I'm
was my
just saying.
response?
What
What was my
happens? What
response?
happens if they see the final bell?
He going to sleep. That's what's gonna happen.
No, it's gonna be this nigga Devin Haney is gonna show he has the best chin in the world. If he go all 12, he's gonna keep getting up if he gets dropped. Or he gonna fucking get wobbled and hold on for dear life. He gonna go all 12 and all the judges gonna say you got your ass whooped for fucking 12 rounds, nigga. You got your ass beat.
Man, I seen your boy Ryan Garcia eat
Damn.
Tank's left
Damn.
hooks flush.
I
I don't
seen
want
niggas.
to.
I seen that nigga damn near go to sleep on the first
You
one.
really want to test that
Yeah,
theory?
I don't want to test Devin Haney's chin against Tank. I don't want to do that shit at all. But I do know this. I would like some Tank paperwork to be sent to Haney, and if Haney turns it down, then we could just ride off on the situation that Haney turned it down, and then that's what we got to live with. That's our situation. So Ryan received some paperwork the first time. He ran, went to 140, talked about his mental health, blah 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 blah, and then he came back and got it again once it was offered again. Cool. Let Tank send Haney some paperwork. If Haney decides to turn it down, then that's what
Hey
we'll
man,
have to
let's talk
deal with.
about the fight itself. So y'all telling me it's impossible for Devin Haney to outpoint Tank? Is that what y'all telling me?
Of
No, it's
course it
not
is
impossible.
until it happens.
It's not
I
And
say
impossible,
it's
that's what I
but
want to
possible.
know
Tank
because
Yes.
y'all
Tank
making it
is a
seem
really
like
Yes.
smart
I say
dude,
it's
bro. Like,
possible. I say
go
it's
ahead.
possible. Yes. If Devin Haney get hurt in the first round or the second round and he's sluggish, I can see him losing for the rest of the fucking fight. If he don't get at it, but I think he get knocked out. That's my opinion.
man, really think
We
about it
don't
though.
see
Really
12
think about
rounds,
it.
bro.
Bro, it's
These
really easy
guys,
to
His
close
daddy
distance
gonna
these
on
go in
Devin
and
guys,
Haney,
stab him,
these
bro.
bro.
guys
I'm
sparred
telling you.
each other, right?
You talking about kids, bro,
Look,
and
no,
we
these
stop
guys
it.
sparred each other, right? And this nigga Devin Haney felt his power. He felt all that.
And they
Why
said
would
he
he
got
be?
knocked out.
Why would he still be confident to this
I
day
heard
to
he got
to
hurt.
want to fight him?
Because he a fucking fighter. You see
Because he's
niggas get
just a
knocked out
fighter.
and get up and want to fight still. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I was
I'm just
I was
saying
gonna
because if
say
somebody whooped my ass in sparring, like
that means
Riddick
absolutely
Bowe versus
nothing.
what's his name? What's that nigga
Riddick
name?
Riddick Bowe got knocked out by Lennox Lewis.
By Lennox
That
Lewis,
was in the Olympics.
and he said
That was in the Olympics.
he never wanted to see that man ever.
But that was an actual fight though. Now I'm gonna say this, Art man. You said something about sparring. Now one of the greatest fighters that you made a shirt about this guy got knocked all the way out cold in sparring with 16-ounce gloves. His name was Pernell Whitaker. Did you ever see Pernell Whitaker get knocked out in the pros?
Nope. Did
Okay,
he? Did he?
so
Okay.
so it
Now
can happen.
I'm saying though.
Mhm.
He got hurt.
And he got knocked out by a non-puncher
But why is he pushing to fight this guy if this guy allegedly beat him up in
because
sparring?
if you're a competitor,
Yeah, I'm saying he a fucking fighter.
usually competitors try to do things that people say they can't do. So people saying that Devin can't win that fight, so he said I can win it. Even if it's a bad matchup, they'll do it. Why would Roy Jones fight Antonio Tarver twice after he barely won the first one? Because he wanted to make an example that I can do what people say I can't do, and he ended up getting knocked out. That's why they do it. And here's the thing: who cares about getting knocked out? If you great, do great work. You might get knocked out every once
What
in a
I
while.
feel like,
It happens.
honestly, I feel like Devin Haney has some confidence because of that sparring that he's seen
I
that yeah,
I don't
I can
know
get hurt,
because
but I can still come back
That's
and
a long
bounce
time
back
ago.
on.
yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, if that's what he felt it, that's what he felt it. But I'm
And,
saying this:
and since then,
there
Devin
are
Haney
other.
has been slower on defense, and Tank has gotten better on fucking being a boxer. So
Man,
I don't think so,
Tank's
fam.
punch output got super lower going throughout these fights. Let's keep it 100.
Yeah, well, hey, he
He
don't throw
definitely
enough
throwing
punches
less
for me,
punches,
man.
and Devin Haney's throwing way more punches than that, man.
But
He also
but
gonna
here's
fight
the
Dev a
thing.
lot different than he fights Rolly or
And
Ryan
Dev
Garcia. He gonna
Hold
Dev
walk
on, but
down
way
Devin
wait,
Haney.
different
wait.
from
What
when
you
he
said
fight
earlier about Loma?
Lomachenko.
Just because you throw a whole bunch of punches and you land two, that does not mean you winning the fight. He
Nah, he
throws.
throwing a lot of punches and landing
Tank
a
don't
lot
throw a
too,
lot of
nigga.
punches,
What are
but
you talking about? I
he
ain't
got
saying
the
he just
highest
throwing
percentage,
punches and
don't he?
missing.
Well,
He
maybe.
got the highest percentage. He connect. Tank knocks shit out, bro. I'm telling you, it's not gonna be the same. And he don't
It's
have to
not gonna
weight
be
drain Devin Haney because
so.
Devin Haney don't hit
Do you
hard.
honestly believe that Devin Haney's gonna fight Tank the same way he would fought Lomachenko?
No, he's
Or
gonna
does they
clinch his
do that?
ass off. Oh, he's gonna clinch his ass off.
Exactly.
And Tank is gonna catch him with an
You can,
uppercut.
Hey,
bro.
hey.
Even though boring fights do happen, there's winners out of boring fights.
Oh, you right. But hey, Art man, I gotta say something to you though, brother.
Go ahead.
I can't really do a lot of talking on Twitter because there's so many characters. But you was talking about a mythical matchup the other day when you had said something about Tank Davis,
Versus
knocking
Diego
out
Corrales.
Diego Corrales. Brother, I didn't want to throw no shade out there, but I'm gonna throw shade right now,
Go ahead.
and I'm willing to challenge anybody. Not only would Diego Corrales knock Tank Davis out, he would have knocked him unconscious.
Y'all think so? What y'all think?
I don't know about
And
that.
it wouldn't have lasted all that long. He would have knocked him
One thing about
unconscious.
that big head
Listen,
motherfucker, he
listen.
got a chance.
I said, brother Julius,
He was the
he got a hard
best.
case of nostalgia.
He was the second or third best 130-pound fighter ever.
Because I
And Mayweather made
the
it
other
look
fight,
so easy. I'm
the
gonna
other
tell you
fight I
this,
said
bro.
too.
Mayweather beat guys, and he made folks feel that it was so easy that these guys were garbage because the way he beat them. Look, he beat Canelo like it was nothing at 36, and yet Canelo 10 years later is still beating up other guys.
Tank punching
So
harder than Mayweather at 135.
who is?
Tank.
Yeah, but Diego Corrales punched harder than Tank
Y'all
and
think
was
so?
6 inches taller. No, you got no.
I
Go
don't know if
ahead,
that's true or
film,
not.
Art man.
I
You
don't
go
know.
look at the
I
tape
wasn't
yourself.
watching.
And he did it against Hall of Fame people. He didn't beat no Rollies to win no belt. He didn't beat no Rollies or Ryan Garcia's. He beat Jose Luis Castillo and Acelino Freitas, another deadly puncher. That's all I'm saying. The competition was better. So these guys were knocking out better competition. Tank Davis should have knocked out Rolly in the first and second round. He wasn't throwing a lot of punches because he said he was cautious. Like, come on, man. That guy Rolly is garbage. You're supposed to step on him immediately in a fight. Why would that fight last 6, 7 rounds?
For publicity. What do you mean? The
What do
fuck?
you mean? The guy garbage.
Publicity.
You're supposed to step on him immediately. Why would
I
he
say
last?
publicity and
Because
work, nigga.
it's
He
an
getting
Come
that
entertainment.
on,
work,
It's
nigga, so he can do
Julius.
it
entertainment.
like
It's
a big
obvious why
boss.
he lasted that long. Tank viewed Rolly as an awkward power puncher, so he couldn't just
Right.
step to him like that. And not to mention, he's got size advantage over Tank, so he and
Bro,
reach advantage too.
oh no, he was just a little bit taller. Tank Davis, he didn't have no size advantage like that. Tank Davis walk around at 160. So
Yeah,
what
but
that
You talking about a
Tank is
nigga
very
walking
cautious
around
because
fat.
even the
He
Ryan
not walking
Garcia
around
fight,
healthy.
right, you
if
don't
Tank,
have to
go ahead.
right, but you said that somebody said earlier, and they was right that Tank doesn't throw a lot of shots. It's
I
not
said it.
because that's his style to go in there and do that. He was cautious. You just admitted. there's no reason to be cautious against those guys because those guys are afraid anyway. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least
No, there
Ryan
is.
was.
That is not a
Say
smart
what
way
you
to
want
think
about
about
Now,
it.
Rolly
now,
retarded
now
ass,
the next
but the
the next
motherfucker can
fight I
crack.
brought up too because I said I feel
He
he had the
can crack.
nostalgia.
All
I
I said
said,
was that Diego Corrales would have knocked him unconscious. I don't even know. It would have been competitive because Corrales got hit with everything. But Corrales would have been that one guy that could have took his shots. But like I said, Floyd Mayweather beat up these guys in his prime. He made people think that guys were garbage. And then these guys go on and win multiple world titles against good people. We
Now
don't
slow
have
your
hold on
those guys
before we
slow
get
around.
off
your roll,
Julius.
cause
What you think
what
about
if Ryan win multiple world titles? We seen Ryan miss damn
hold
near
on
everything fighting Tank.
1 second, Julius. I wanted to get into the next fight that we was talking about too because I said you got hit with the nostalgia. I said Errol Spence versus Buddy McGirt at welterweight. Who you got?
I got Earl.
And he won the title at both, but no way Buddy McGirt was an average fighter. He wasn't great. Why did you say Buddy McGirt? That ain't no
Because that's
good
just a
comparison.
top. What when he was considered a top welterweight. He was a
No,
champion
he was
before, right?
just considered a champion that Pernell Whitaker beat. He wasn't no top welterweight. A top welterweight would have been you talking about Ike Forte or Oscar De La Hoya or Felix Trinidad
Okay,
or one of
Ike
those
Forte
guys.
versus Errol Spence Jr. Who you got?
Ike Forte against Earl Spence. Earl Spence would have beat Ike Forte by a 12-round unanimous decision because Ike had a jab and he had a right hand, but he was lazy. You could beat him on the inside, and that's what Spence would have did. Spence would have beat Ike Forte.
Okay,
Spence against Felix
Charlo
Trinidad, right?
versus Julian Jackson. Who you got?
Who?
Charlo
Oh, Julian Jackson by second or first round knockout.
over
Uh,
Charlo, 154
Yeah,
Charlo.
over Jamel
I
Charlo.
don't know about
Either
that.
brother.
Man,
Either brother.
stop.
Either
That's a
brother.
50-50 fight because Jayhawk
The
was
Hawk is the
chinny.
greatest puncher ever, brother.
Yeah, but
The
he's chinny.
greatest puncher. No, he
He's
didn't have much
chinny.
of a chin. He was chinny. Yeah, he was chinny. But he was the greatest puncher ever. Have you ever seen Charlo get hit with a good right hand or left hook?
Yeah,
Yeah, he got
I
By
hit.
have.
who though? By a Hawk? Now you said the
No.
Hawk. Now that's what I'm talking about. I'll put it to you like this. If the fight went past 4 rounds, yeah, I think Charlo would stop him. Because Hawk didn't fight any fights that went to decision. It was all he got knocked out or he knocked you out.
Yeah.
And it ain't got nothing to do with nostalgia. I'll tell it how I see it. There are some fighters fighting right now that would have went back then and knocked some fighters out. And it's also some fighters back then that won world titles that would be ordinary right now. They
Pernell Whitaker
benefited from
at
having
135 versus Devin Haney. Who you got?
who?
Versus Devin.
Who?
Pernell
Devin
versus
against
Devin.
who? Pernell Whitaker.
I'm not picking Dev to beat any all time great fighter for real,
I
for real.
mean, I would have picked Jose Luis Castillo. I would against Devin, but Devin would have beat some of those guys, but he wouldn't have beat no Pernell Whitaker because Whitaker would have been a little too fast and a little too technically
Yeah.
sound, and he could
Okay,
fight
what
on the
about
inside.
Whitaker versus Errol Spence Jr. at
Who?
welterweight?
Earl Spence would have won that fight by a
Against
close
Purnell?
decision,
Yeah,
by a close
at welter.
decision, or it
I
would have
don't
been a
know. That's
draw
an interesting fight.
because it would
We
have
ain't
been.
never seen Earl fight that style though. We don't know.
Yeah, it would have been interesting because again, Purnell could fight at welterweight and he could fight good at welterweight, but he want a natural welterweight.
What about
But
Sean Porter versus Buddy McGirt?
Sean Porter probably would have beat Buddy. Probably. Buddy McGirt shouldn't be in any mythical matchups, bro. You keep saying Buddy McGirt, and if you say Buddy McGirt, say him as a that when he was at his, he wasn't at his best at 147.
What
Buddy
about Manny
McGirt could
Pacquiao
stop
versus Tank
McGirt.
Davis?
Manny
That would have
I
been a
Pacquiao.
got
hell of a
Manny
fight.
Pacquiao. I got Manny Pacquiao. When
You
Manny
think?
Pacquiao
But
was
one
running
thing we know
around,
Manny struggles with is counter punches. And Tank is a
right,
hell of a counter puncher.
But
he
Manny
would have knocked Tank
would have
out
had
though,
fucking
bro.
Tank working overtime.
That's
Man, Manny
true. But
Pacquiao
y'all
at
saw
that
that shit that
time.
Marquez set up
That,
Manny with.
yep,
You
Oh
don't
yeah,
yep.
think Tank can set up him with that shit?
most definitely.
Telling
All
you,
right,
boy.
I hear you. But we have seen Manny Pacquiao destroy a whole lot of fighters. I'm just saying that wasn't the prime Manny Pacquiao that was knocking out Ricky Hatton and all them that fought Marquez the first time and knocked him down 3 times in a fight and they got a draw.
What about Shakur Stevenson versus Pretty Boy Floyd, or Shakur versus Pernell Whitaker?
Shakur lose both of them fights. But he would have been Mayweather would have pot shot him from the outside and beat him up like that.
It would have been a pop shot match.
The only one Shakur is the only one that will at least be semi-competitive with Floyd from this era of young fighters. The rest of these niggas will get embarrassed or washed. But Shakur
The Errol Spence that
skill
fought in the
wise, Shakur
multi
Stevenson is the closest thing we have to Floyd, in my opinion.
Nah, I doubt it.
It damn sure ain't Devin Haney art,
It's
man.
Devin.
I know that.
It's Devin. The way y'all holding up to these standards,
Devin
it
Haney
damn
ain't getting
sure
pieced
is.
up by. I mean, Floyd would never get pieced up by no damn Lomachenko, especially a 35-year
Oh,
old
go
one.
ahead.
Or
Yeah,
Linares.
I think Jorge Linares was a good boxer. He just didn't have a chin. That was Linares'
Yeah,
problem. Because
pretty boy. I
Devin wouldn't
agree.
had no close fight with Maidana.
Man, you crazy out your mind. Yes, he would.
hold on. Who wouldn't have
And
had a
Pretty
close
Boy
fight
would have
with
stopped
Maradona?
Lomachenko.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
he would have, bro. He would have beat the shit out of that dude. That's not
mm.
only is he more skilled than Loma, he's a bigger man, so he would have bullied him.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, but the thing about when you start talking about matchups with those guys, it ain't
Hmm.
so much so that those guys were better, okay? Because in every, era, people supposed to get better, quicker, faster, stronger. But one thing that those guys had over the guys today, and majority of them is the teaching. They were so technically sound, man, and they
Hmm.
were hungry. They were hungry for boxing. Like the majority of the boxers we're talking about that fought, they all grew up poor. They
I don't think
all
they
grew up.
physically stronger though, and
It
faster than some
depends
of
on
these
who you
guys.
talking
I
about.
mean, Tank Davis
You
grew up
know,
poor.
yeah, and he's hungry. He's hungry to
Yeah,
try to win. But
Look how built
but
Shakur
here's the
Stevenson is
thing I don't like
compared
about
to
him.
what's his name, to Pernell Whitaker, and they fighting at the same
They
weight class.
similar. Yeah, they got some similarities about themselves, man.
I think Shakur
But
is a little bit better offensively than Purnell.
the thing about Purnell is that people say that, right? But and
Hmm.
this is something I said to Art about what Devin needed to do. Purnell wasn't no kind of puncher, and I'll never say that. But nobody ran up on him either, because the way that he gave you that body work, he was strong with that. He could fight on the inside and hit you, and you couldn't hit him. And that is the key, man. Like you were saying earlier, Dirk, about inside fighting. Inside fighting is everything, and that was the first thing that people taught you in boxing. In older days, they taught you a jab, and they taught you to get on the inside, and they taught you how to fight on the inside, pivoting. Guys don't pivot or parry punches no more. They want to do what Mayweather do with the shoulder roll. You know what I'm saying?
And Canelo try to slip punches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but look, the
Canelo
shoulder
Hey,
witnessed
roll
that.
was made. People forget this. The shoulder roll is a style that went back way beyond Floyd, James, Tony, all them guys. It was actually made for heavyweights that were slow and couldn't move. So it's nothing more than upper body movement. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
Hey,
but
but do y'all see how Earl Spence, for example,
mhm,
uses his elbows and his shoulder in order to get positioning on the inside on people so he can get leverage on
absolutely,
his shots?
absolutely. And who is his
That's
coach?
inside fighting. That's
Yeah.
something that you don't see in Devin's repertoire.
But you got to look. Devin, to me, Devin issue with training is that he used every trainer in boxing, but never
Yeah.
committed to any of them, and that was his problem there. And the other issue he had is, like I told you earlier, he never got a home. He never had a home base. But that training part, he trained with He started off with Jeff Mayweather. Then he went to Floyd. Then he went to Eddie Mustafa. Then he went to Derek Harmon. He done been to everybody, you know what I'm saying? And you could pick up good things and you could pick up bad things. He went to Roy
Yeah,
Jones. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
right.
Who's the kid from England, the white boy that he went to?
Ben
Ben
Davidson.
Davidson.
This dude never fought before.
I don't know what they was thinking with that. We all know the best
Yeah, I'm
trainers
glad.
come from
You
here.
know what I'm saying? And on top of that, he what, 30 years old. Like, come on, man. That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying. Like, come on.
that fight
But
would have been a lot
okay,
easier for Devin
but
if he
I
had
don't
an inside
understand
game,
when
bro.
people talk about Devin, they make it
Uh-huh.
seem like this dude is not skilled at all.
He
He
is
is.
skilled.
He's just not the
He,
most skilled like
he's
some of y'all claim he is.
he's
I'm just
he's
saying, for you to capture a fucking undisputed belt with just throwing a jab, man, and other dudes was going life or death with the guy that was ranked higher, it's just crazy to
mhm.
me. Because folks did rank Teofimo Lopez high, and when
based
Kambosos
on
beat him,
based on the Lomachenko win.
yeah, he
Based
beat it.
on the
Yep.
Lomachenko win. Because up until that point, he had only beat smaller journeyman fighters. The Lomachenko win got people rating Tio. And I'm going to tell you this, bro. I don't blame the fighter for being overrated. I blame the people that's rating them. It's just like when people try to talk about Kwame Brown being a bust or or Tio being a bust. You know what I'm saying? That they weren't that good. Who were the people rating them? That's the problem. They
Look,
overrated the people.
no, Lomachenko, bro, let's be real. That nigga ain't had no damn shoulder injury versus Teofimo Lopez.
No, he just
He
lost and
just
made an excuse.
yeah, he just had a weird fear of his power. But
Right.
once he started getting up in that eighth round, let's be real, he basically ran through 8 to 11, except for the 12th
hmm
round. But he started piecing up Teofimo. That's the truth. So if he would
hmm
have been that way the whole fight, more than likely Loma probably would have won that fight. I'm gonna be real with you, but he
But
did. Man,
but
he made excuses.
but you got to think something. If you can't call a guy, and I hear people keep saying elite again. I got to talk about elite. No elite fighter I ever seen in their prime has ever gave up the first 7, 8 rounds of a fight because they feared a right hand. As a matter of fact, if you look at elite fighters, they normally get hit with whoever best punch is because something that Art Man said earlier that's true. If you can take their best punches, a lot of time you take the steam out of certain fighters. The average guy, and that's why I go back to older school fighters, would have knocked Teofimo Lopez out. No problem. It wouldn't
You
have
think he's
been
a, you think
no,
he's not an elite fighter, Loma?
no, absolutely not.
So
Based
so if
on
he's
one
not an
fight.
elite fighter,
hmm
isn't it a bad look for Devin not to dominate him?
Hey, look, listen to this, brother. And I hate to sound like that guy, but I have stayed consistent that Lomachenko is an ordinary fighter, that a jab, right hand, and step to him would beat him, and not just beat him, but beat him up. And if you going life or death with that guy, that's why I never said that Gary Russell was that guy. I have never spoken as high as some people on Gary Russell, and I like Gary Russell personally, but as a fighter, I never can do that because in my opinion, bro, if you that guy, you supposed to dominate Lomachenko. You supposed to
So
dominate him.
you don't
I
What
consider
think
in
he's
his
that guy at
game?
Gervonta
130.
Davis that guy
Huh?
because he didn't dominate Rowley into the last the round he stopped him
You-
in.
Who you talking about? Tank
Tank
Davis?
don't really fight
Yeah.
that
Well,
way,
hold
or
on.
he
But
he he not really trying
Or
to win
Barrios
rounds and dominate you.
But
He
you,
trying to get
but
you
you
out of there, bro.
did hear what I said though, Art Man, about Tank Davis, didn't you? You heard exactly what I said, and I'll repeat it for you. There's
Yeah.
no reason for Rowley to go 5 and 7, 8 rounds with you when all you should do is step to this guy and just beat him up and knock him out. Even the
No,
guy that was
come on,
almost
no,
50,
no,
he just
no,
couldn't punch. He was beating
no.
Rowley up.
No, you could stop it. We're not going to do that. First of all, we're not going to act like Rolly don't got a size advantage over Tank Davis.
What type? You
He's he's
talking
he's
about
a
height?
he's a physically
Not weight.
stronger man than Tank Davis. Yes, he is.
But based
He's
on what? Because I seen Tank Davis.
look at
He
him.
might be stronger, but they the same size, bro.
No, they're not the same size. He's definitely a bigger man than Tank Davis.
Tank Davis
He
walk
definitely
He
around
fill out more, no
160,
homo.
bigger than
165
Tank.
pounds.
He's a more filled out individual than Tank
Oh, okay.
Davis.
If you say filled out, okay. But
Yeah, he's fighting at 140
what that
for a
gotta
reason.
do? But I'm just saying he can't fight though, bro. He could be
Yeah, he
150.
can't.
That dude
You
can't
right,
fight. You
but he
supposed
can
to knock
crack.
him out immediately. Why should that fight last longer than 2 or 3 rounds? All right, I'll put it to
Because
you
it's
like this.
unnecessary risk to just try to walk down a Rolly
Well,
Romero. It's
well,
unnecessary.
it's ways of doing it without putting yourself in. You know what I'm saying? Throwing reckless. You can break a guy down fast by stepping to him. Stepping to a guy don't mean putting your face out there to get hit.
It's easier said than done. Like
I I,
you,
I mean, I'm just saying.
If Tank had like Devin Haney's dimensions, he probably would have did that. But Tank, you got to remember, he got T Rex arms. He about 5 foot nothing, so
hmm
he can't just be walking these people down like that,
You
especially
you
power
you
punches.
you heard of a guy named Kwai Wee, right?
Yeah,
Oh no,
Okay.
I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you,
the one that
he was
fought
about
Holyfield.
5'5", five
Oh
six.
yeah,
Fought at
okay.
cruiserweight, about that's 190, 200, heavyweight. He walked guys down, beat them up, and he did it responsibly. You don't have to. You can be the shorter guy and blow guys out. Manny Pacquiao did it all the time. With Manny Pacquiao, would Rolly had lasted more than 2 rounds with Manny Pacquiao in his prime?
Hell no.
And now Manny Pacquiao smaller than Tank.
But hey, Rolly, he could potentially clip Manny Pacquiao. You never know, bro. He can crack. I'm telling you.
Hey, you seen Manny Pacquiao fight punches at all different weight classes. Punches that was better punches than Rolly. Because you've never seen, to my knowledge now, unless I missed a fight, we have never seen Rolly clip anybody of any consequence in a fight. Anybody that can fight, who have you seen Rolly stop or beat up? Any fighter at any weight class that could fight.
Nobody.
So what
Nobody
is
could.
this power that you talking about against anybody? He might be a good puncher, but he ain't no power puncher. Cause who's he knocking out? Even
But
this guy
power
he
is
just
power,
beat.
bro. Like
How long?
when you
I
got
got you.
power,
It's
yeah,
different type of power.
yeah.
And to me, Rolly don't have one punch power. Now, if he had one punch power, I'd be like, oh, okay. I can see why he took that approach. That's what I'm talking about. How many rounds did this guy last before they stopped the fight?
Who?
The
Rodolfo?
Philip, yeah, the guy, the old man that he fought, just fought.
Wasn't that shit like 5 rounds or something?
I thought it went about 8 or 9 rounds. He was behind when Rolly was behind on the scorecards and they stopped the fight. This last fight.
Yeah, you're
That
right.
that guy in his 40s and can't fight. And in his 40s and beat Rolly up the entire fight.
That
And
shit
he was
was
right
funny
in
though.
front of him.
But he was taking
Uh,
unnecessary risks that Tank was not willing to make. Like, cause he did get hit with some shit by Rolly, and he actually the Rolly hurt him.
Well, hey man, that's the part of to me, that's the part of being great. You know what I'm saying? Is to take ordinary guys, make them ordinary. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, that's why I use Manny Pacquiao because to me, Manny Pacquiao dimensions and Tank Davis dimensions are similar. And Tank Davis is actually way bigger because Manny started off pro at what, 108, 112? And Manny Pacquiao would have ran through a guy like Tank Davis. But I mean, not Tank. Well, he would have ran through him maybe, but he would have ran through Roller.
Yeah, I
yep.
don't know. Go
Well,
ahead.
I don't know. Well, shit, I gotta get up out of here, y'all. I got shit to
Uh,
do. Y'all
it
stay
was a good
safe, man.
talk, though, man. That
Hell
was a
yeah,
good convo.
it definitely was. All
All
right,
right,
brother.
man.
All right, man.